Hello, everyone, and welcome to Saturday Night One Shots from Gehenna Gaming. I am your GM for the evening, Ian Muller, or Ravnos, as I am known on Twitter and Discord and other places where I can be found, which is hopefully not very well. And tonight, I am going to be running one of my favorite games that I discovered during the pandemic in 2020, which is 10 Candles. 10 Candles is a game of tragic horror, which takes place over 10 scenes or rounds, and the players know that they will not be surviving the game. So we get to make some interesting choices. It is a collaborative storytelling style game. I'm going to have a cat leaping onto my lap periodically throughout it because she's being very needy right now. And um, the idea behind this game is that the players will be establishing truths about the world they are playing in as we go, and we will kind of just be creating the scenario from that. This is a zero prep game that you can run. It's a very thin book. I'm going to hold up right now. I highly recommend checking it out. It is by Steven or Stefan. I apologize if I've got that wrong. Dewey, who's Shifty Ginger on Twitter. Great game. Highly recommend it. I've run this a couple times before, which you can watch VODs of over on our YouTube, but this is going to be a fresh session of it this evening. So, before I jump into the rules and teaching you how to play it, as we do on Saturday Night One Shots, I'm going to let my cast introduce themselves, starting with Samantha.
Hi, I'm Samantha McLarty, and I'm going to be playing Molly Burke.
Thank you. And then let's go with Casper.
Hi, I'm Casper. You can usually find me over at D&D One Shots on twitch.tv/Thomas Winkley or on Twitter, Casper1238. Tonight I will be playing Jesse.
Fantastic. And Emily.
Hi, I'm Emily. I host Blood Bonding on ATL by Night, and I also mod their play-by-post server, and I do a couple of other things. You can find me at, it's something like formerly known as M. I have it linked in a couple places, and I was tagged in a couple posts. And also on the ATL by Night channel every post season.
And last but not
Oh,
least,
and I'll be playing Jax. Important part.
The important part. Last but not least, April.
Hi everyone, my name is April. You can find me online everywhere as April Raygun. I am the other brain cell of Slady's ATL. We have a lot of stuff going on, so just follow me somewhere, or us. And I'm going to be playing Clara tonight.
Excellent. So you should follow all of our lovely cast members. Their Twitter handles are beneath their faces on your screen right now, and we will circle back around to where you can find them online and other fun things at the end of our game. But for now, I'm going to jump into the rules. So, as I mentioned, 10 Candles is a zero prep system. There are very few rules to really follow. You'll notice beneath all of our faces, there's a row of 10 candles on your screen. Those candles are exactly what they look like. They represent the scenes that we will play through, and as we go through our game, a candle will be snuffed out every scene. This uses 10 d6 dice pool. If you are playing it at home at a table, players can share that dice pool, but our players will all have their own dice. The GM does not roll anything during this game. Sixes are successes when you roll, and ones for the alternative rules I am using for this digital one shot are removed from that dice pool for the rest of the scene. So you can go through your dice pool very quickly as you go. If you don't roll any sixes, your roll is a complete failure and the scene ends and a candle goes out. We'll get to more on that as we are playing. That's essentially it. Those are the mechanics. Dice are rolled when a player needs to do something that has an uncertain outcome. So if someone says they want to look for a first aid kit, I'm going to have them roll to see if they can find one. If they try to fight off a monster or another person or creature, I will have them roll to see if they are successful, etc., etc. So from there, we will jump into how candles go out. So candles can go out by one of two ways: on an unsuccessful roll, or if a player chooses to extinguish a candle to end the scene because the dice pool is low or they want to establish some new truths which can help them later on. That's it. The truths will be established in between each scene. We will discuss all of them live as we go. you create one less truth each scene. So it starts a little slow and picks up pace very quickly. And I am tracking all of that digitally, which my players can all see, but we will discuss it so you will be able to hear it. Finally, we will talk about character creation and jump into it if my players are all ready to go. Excellent. So, you have 4 stats or traits, essentially, in 10 Candles. You have a virtue and a vice. You have a moment, which is something you are hoping to accomplish during the play of this session. And then you have a dark secret or a brink. That is something that one other player knows about you, but you are trying to keep hidden, and you can reveal it at a dramatic moment to help yourself. So we'll start off with virtues and vices. Your virtue and your vice are a positive and negative trait about your character. And the way this game works is that one of the other players will be picking it for you. So we will go around, I will assign it. The players will DM it to each other just to make sure it's something they're comfortable with. Some people aren't comfortable playing certain virtues and vices. Once they're all good, we'll go through and read them off. I will add them to our jam board. You'll get to hear what they are, and I'll explain what they do. So we'll start off by having Clara and Jax pick virtues for each other, and Jesse and Molly pick virtues for each other. So go ahead and DM those to each other while I explain how you use them in game, and then once you're good, I'll have you read them off. For our audience, essentially the virtue and the vice can be used at any point during the gameplay to re-roll any ones that are in your roll. As I mentioned, ones get removed from the dice pool for the rest of that scene, so that can be very helpful if you roll a lot of ones and no successes or things like that. You can only use it once per the entire game. When everyone is ready, just let me know. All right. Thumbs up, thumbs up. So why don't actually we start with Molly then? If you have your virtue, why don't you tell me what it is?
My virtue is that I'm fearless.
Excellent. All right, so Molly is fearless. What about you, Jesse?
I am calm.
Okay. Okay, excellent. Clara and Jax, are you ready?
I don't have one.
Oh, I DM'd it over Discord. Hold on.
Oh, Discord. Okay, hold on.
It's
I
okay.
did mine.
I can do it here.
Hold on. Yes, I have one.
All right, why don't we go with Jax first?
Cool.
Sorry, an extremely loud motorcycle just passed my house.
I appreciate you keeping your mic muted for that.
Virtue plans everything. I'm a planner.
Okay. And finally, Clara.
Surprisingly strong.
All right. Physically or... Okay.
We'll see.
We'll find out. So now we're just going to switch this up a little bit. I'm going to have Jesse and Clara give each other a vice, and Jax and Molly give each other a vice. Vices are used the same way as virtues, so I'm not going to go over all that again.
I feel a little called out, sir.
If you're ready, go ahead.
Oh. I'm an unbeliever.
Unbeliever. All right.
Unbeliever.
And I'm apparently possessive.
I'm blood shy. I panic at the sight of blood.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
And I have a bad temper.
Awesome. All right. So I have Molly as blood shy, Jesse as an unbeliever, Jax as having a bad temper, and Clara as possessive. All right. So next, you'll all pick a moment. Like I said, moments you pick yourself. So this is something that you hope to achieve during the game. 10 Candles is a world that takes place 10 days after the sky has gone dark and there's no power. It is night all the time, and even the stars have vanished. And since the sky has gone dark, they have appeared. They are hunting you. They are picking off the last survivors of humanity in some way, shape, or form, which will be determined during the game. So your moment might be trying to survive, or it may be learning more about them. It's up to you. But pick one yourself and just let me know when you're ready. For our audience, your moment can be used during the game to gain an extra die for your rolls. If you achieve your moment, you will gain what's called the hope die, and that is an extra die to use for your personal dice pool for the rest of the game, or unless you unsuccessfully use your brink, which we'll talk about when we get to brinks.
I think I have one. Do you just want us to tell you or message it to you?
Yeah, just go ahead and tell me out loud.
Looking for stars. Find a light in the sky.
Okay. Excellent.
No way that could turn bad.
Jax.
Uncover the truth about them.
Okay. Oh, can't hear you, Casper. Your mic cut out. While he sorts that, Molly, do you have a?
Yes. Channel my inner peace to overcome an obstacle.
Okay, excellent. We have lost Casper's audio, so while Casper works on that, I will just jump into explaining what brinks are for our audience and you, and then we can talk about that, and hopefully we get Casper back shortly, and if not, we'll take a very short break. So what a brink is a brink is a dark secret that one other player knows about another one, and that player doesn't want revealed. However, they can reveal it themselves in order to re-roll an entire roll if they're just not happy with it. However, if they do reveal it and re-roll and their roll is still unsuccessful, not only does the scene immediately end, regardless, but if they had gained their hope die, they will lose it. Also, things typically go bad, and if you reveal your brink and then you still fail, you've revealed a very negative trait about yourself or a very terrible thing you've done, and the rest of the other players may not take kindly to it. So we'll see what happens. Casper is still working, so I am going to assign brinks.
Did it come back?
Yes, hello. Perfect. We got you.
I love technology. Okay.
No worries.
So,
Yes.
my moment
Yes.
is just to find my brother that I lost just before it went dark.
Okay, excellent. Then I will assign who is giving each other brinks. We're going to do this in a little bit of a different order because these are kept private. Oh, and we just lost Emily.
Technology.
All right, we are going to take
Yes,
a very
what did you do?
We are going to take a very short break while we wait for Emily to come back. And we're back. Sorry about that, folks. We have retrieved Emily, and we are ready to go. So, as I was saying, Brinks are a little bit different because they're a dark secret. I'm going to be changing the order that they are given to each other in, and we will keep them private. You won't get to hear them until they're revealed. I apologize for that. But even if they aren't revealed, we'll read them off at the very end so you get to know what they might have been. But the fun thing with Brinks is also, as the representative of them, the monsters in 10 Candles, I also am going to be given a Brink by one of the players, but I get to give them one as well. So I will be changing up the order a little bit, and I'm going to have fun with this. So I'm going to say, Jax, you're going to give me one. So Jax will give them a Brink. I will give April, or Clara, hers. Clara, you will give Jesse his. Jesse, you will give Molly hers. And Molly, you will give Jax theirs. Yes, that is a full circle. Excellent.
And the Brink is supposed to be a dark secret, right?
Yes. Clara, does that one work for you?
Yes.
Excellent. That one works for me. All right.
Hopefully that works.
I was playing with all your other stuff too. I'm playing into all your other stuff too.
I am having trouble getting mine to send.
Uh-oh.
If you need to use Discord, I have that up as well.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to. Hold on. One second. Sorry.
No worries. How these things go sometimes.
That's
I also just remembered I didn't mute my phone, so I'm doing that now.
okay.
I'm a professional. Okay.
1 second.
I mean, I really only remember it because of running the board on ATL by night when I run the board. So
Yep.
phone, like the little motors that vibrate a phone are shockingly loud.
they're so loud.
They're so loud.
Mhm.
Like they have no business being that loud. They're not that loud like in person.
Okay, did you get it?
I like that. Okay.
Excellent. Okay, so if everyone is good, we are going to get rolling.
Unintended.
So, it has been 10 days since the skies went dark. You all lost power. And the world was kind of pushed down a descending slope into chaos. Conveniently, you all live in a small town in mid-Atlantic, somewhere in Maryland, and your community really kind of came together, supported each other. But a few days after the skies went dark, they appeared. And one by one, some of your neighbors started going missing. You don't entirely know what's happening. You aren't sure if they're leaving or if they are something is happening to them, but you do know that the four of you may be the only ones left in your little cul-de-sac in the neighborhood. You live in a small town, but it is home to a large government facility. Some of you may know what's in that government facility, and some of you may not. But we will determine that as we go. Our session begins on the 10th morning. You're starting to lose track. And you are all together, having recently discovered that the last of your neighbors you were in daily contact with, Mr. Jasper, is not in his home anymore. So we will take it from there.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, you saw him last, right?
Well, some maybe I'd say probably 8 to 10 hours ago was the last time I saw him.
God, is that night or morning? I can hardly sleep with all this. Should we look for him? Do you know where he went? Is that a dog? Like, did the dog chase him? Like, what?
The darkness has been messing with all of us,
It's
and
a
all the
feral dog
critters are having a
pack.
hard time.
Do you think the dogs got him?
Did we see any blood? Did you see any blood?
No.
Where?
At his house?
Has anyone
Guess.
looked?
Did you has anyone closely inspected the house yet, or did you just notice that he didn't seem to be home?
I realize it's very early, but I feel like I could use by virtue as a planner that Mr. Jasper and I may have had a plan for checking in.
Well, that would be a character trait you certainly have, but I won't make you use it yet. Why don't you go look?
Yeah, let's go look. Let's go check out Mr. Jasper's house.
Okay, so you're going to go look to see if there's any blood or any signs of what may have happened to him?
Yeah.
Why don't you give me a roll? Let's find
All
out.
right, and this is with all 10?
All 10. First roll of the
All
game.
right.
Ooh.
All right, I have 1 6.
That is still a success. Do you have any ones?
1 1.
So everyone.
Oh no, sorry, 2 1s.
2 1s. All right. So those 2 1s are going to get removed from the dice pool immediately. So you're down to 8 for the rest of this scene, which I am keeping track of on the Jamboard if you're looking at it. Mm-hmm. So, but that was a success. What are you hoping to find? Do you think there was foul play?
I definitely think there's foul play. Not with real fouls, though.
If we were worried about some giant pigeons or chickens, I'm out of here.
Take a dice back. Go ahead.
I do think there was foul play, looking for like any signs of violence
Okay.
or any sort of like.
As you go up to the front door, you notice that the lock is actually broken. It's as if someone forced their way into the house. Inside, it's in shambles, but you're not sure if that's just Mr. Jasper not having kept up with tidying over the last 10 days or signs of a struggle. It's hard to tell. Things aren't broken, they're not smashed, but it could be from him trying to get away from something. And did everyone enter the home, or did just Jax go?
No, I figured I entered with Jax.
Yeah, I don't think we go alone anywhere.
Yeah.
Good call. All right, so everyone has entered the house, kind of spread out, looking around, and we'll say that.
I'm keeping an eye out the front door.
Okay. We'll say Molly.
I'm raiding the kitchen.
Perfect. You do spy some blood in the kitchen, Molly.
Ooh. So, what exactly were we looking for again? She kind of yells.
We're trying to figure out if someone like attacked him.
Blood would be a really good indicator of that, right?
I mean, yeah, usually.
Oh, well, there's some in here.
So I will. So that motorcyclist, I will join her in the kitchen.
Okay. So you check out the kitchen. There appears to be some blood splattered against the cabinets near the kitchen, the back door in the kitchen. That would lead to kind of the back porch. It's a very small amount. Maybe like if someone had been punched in the face and like blood spurted from their nose or something like that. Not, artery spray.
Maybe the dog bit him.
That's definitely a thought. I'll yell back into the house. Hey guys, I think we have a clue.
Come walking in and look around.
Okay.
And I will look out the back. Is the back door open?
This is just like a screen door that goes to the back porch. The back door itself is open, so there's just like a latched screen door, but it's unlatched.
Is there anything outside that I can see from here without stepping outside?
You can see whatever. This is something that is never really established in 10 Candles. It is night. There is no light. You all have flashlights that do work. Batteries still work. So just whatever you can see in the beam of your flashlight right now. It's just that there's a little bit of like a screened-in back porch. So there's like some chairs out there, and then a little bit of kind of the wooded backyard behind his house.
Right. So you said it was a bit in disarray.
Mm-hmm.
Did it look like maybe he was sitting at a meal, or is there some food out?
No food out. No. There's some like empty cans of canned food, and then some full cans of canned food. That kind of on the counter, like he's been rationing. But other than that, no.
So other people have been disappearing. Does this
Yes.
match the disappearances style as other people?
So yes and no. It's varied a little bit. What you do know is that some people definitely left on their own. Like they packed up all their belongings and they walked off. Other people just vanished with no sign. This is the only time that you've seen that there may have been violence involved. The other ones, you assumed they walked off, but you didn't actually see them, and if they did, they left without any of their stuff.
I mean, theoretically, he might have just, been bit by the dog and decided to try and find, I don't know, the dog, a cat, another dog.
Maybe he just left.
I've had enough broken noses. This stuff's way too high up to be a dog bite.
Well,
A
at least we know
moose?
it's not the dog now.
Are we far enough north for moose?
That is a resounding no.
I would like to retract that statement.
Those famous Baltimore moose.
I don't know where moose live. I just knew it was north.
Just wandering through the car lots.
Nah, Moose was a guy down the street who moved out a week ago.
Yeah, I was talking about that guy.
There we go. There we go.
Oh.
I fought moose once.
Clara, you're still keeping a watch kind of out the front door.
Yes.
You think you see something move between the houses. So you're in a bit of a cul-de-sac.
Mm-hmm.
You think you see something move between two of the houses across the street as you're like kind of just idly moving your flashlight back and forth, looking around. Catch like a shadow.
Human size, humanoid size, or like small animal size?
It's hard to tell because it's a shadow. You don't see an actual figure. Just a black blob moving between two of the houses.
I'm gonna like
one of them is Jax's house.
Oh. I'm gonna gently knock on the door and be like, "Psst, there's something out here. There's something out here."
Something like what?
I don't know. The blob went into your house or is around your house.
Oh shit. Is it a dog or?
It might be the dog that bit this guy.
No, we established that it wasn't a dog bite.
Well, I don't know what did it. I've been outside. But there's something I think that's trying to get in your house, Jax. I'm sorry for yelling, Molly. You're awesome.
Did anyone bring like a crowbar with them?
I don't know. Did anyone bring a crowbar with them? Would someone like to see if they did?
Yes, I would like to see if I brought a weapon, not a crowbar, but like if I grabbed a pipe or a bat or something.
Give me 8 dice.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 6s.
Okay.
1 1.
Okay.
Oh wait, 3 6s.
Perfect.
tell.
All right. So we're down to 7 for the rest of this scene. And yes, you did. What kind of weapon did you bring with you?
A pipe. I grabbed a pipe from the building we were in.
Okay. Like just like
Thunder and lightning.
just like a spare.
Yeah, I
Like,
feel like
piece
we've
of
like been
plumbing.
grabbing random objects that could be used for fighting as we've wandered around. So yeah, everyone's got a random pipe in the apocalypse.
Yeah, it's like a length of
Yeah.
pipe with a elbow joint on the end, as you randomly find.
Every apocalypse pipe.
Mm-hmm.
Since you had 3 6s on that, I'll say if anyone else wants
Nice.
to happen to see,
Yeah, I did.
if anyone else happens to want a weapon, maybe you found something in the house that might help you.
Well, I figured I went to his garage and I probably grabbed a hammer. Like one of those nice hefty half-jack 32-ounce hammers.
Oh yeah. Like a
Yeah.
roofing hammer.
Mm,
I would say I have a lighter.
Okay,
hell yeah.
perfect. All right, so you a Zippo or a Bic? Zippo or Bic?
As much as
Oh,
I'd
one of the
love to
long
say
ones.
as much as I say that I would love to have a Zippo, I'm pretty sure it's a Bic or one of the long ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of those
It's
long ones for
better-
lighting candles.
It's better
Yeah.
for hairspray flamethrowers.
Yes, you want the long ones for a flamethrower.
Facts, people. Keep that in mind.
Zippos are cooler, but I'd know that it'd be one of the long ones,
Okay.
lighting candles and incense.
All right, so Jesse has a carpentry hammer. Molly has a long-stemmed lighter. Jax?
I'd like to grab a knife from the kitchen.
Okay, yeah, just a chef's knife.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So you all just kind of grab something when you hear that news. You're looking around, and Clara has her trusty pipe. What do you do from here? Do you want to go investigate? Do you want to keep looking around the house?
I'm gonna head towards the weird noise.
Okay.
Question about the house: Is it an is it an upstairs? Is it a 2-story house? Is there like a?
Yeah, let's say it's a 2-story. This might be an oxymoron because I'm blanking on the term right now, but it's a 2-story ranch style.
It is an oxymoron, but
yeah,
that's
I was
okay.
like, ranch styles are one story. As soon as I thought it, I was like, ranches are one story. No,
Yeah.
it's a 2-story. Little
One
bit of
story.
a
It's
on the
hideous.
ground.
It's just 2 ranches on top of each other.
I believe a second-story house is called a tree house.
Nice.
Split level house, maybe.
But
Baba
yeah,
Yaga's hut.
Baba Yaga's hut. Yeah, you have to climb the chicken legs to get inside.
I would live there forever. We're not leaving. This is our home now.
Mood. All right,
Um,
but no. In all seriousness, yeah, it's a 2-story, small front porch, the screened-in back porch. We'll say it's like about 2,000 square foot.
And are the lights on, or is it?
There is no electricity. The only
that's
light is
right.
from your flashlights, and if you want to light candles or if you find any torches or anything like that, you can lanterns. I mean torches.
I'd like to shine the flashlight upstairs real quick just to make sure there's nothing moving up there.
Okay. Why don't you give me a roll and see if there's anything moving up there? 7 dice.
Hey, I got no 1s and 1 6.
Okay, 1-6. Is there something moving upstairs?
Ooh. I'm gonna say yes.
Okay, so you shine the
'Cause
flashlight and you see something dart across the top of the stairway. Small.
Hey, there's something over here too. Does it? How small are we talking? Like cat size, rat sized?
Somewhere between cat and medium-sized dog, because it moved quickly. It was hard for you to really
Oh.
capture.
Okay, okay. And it's an ankle biter, definitely. Maybe a calf biter.
Jasper have a dog?
No?
Jasper,
Don't remember.
Buddy had a cat.
Jasper's allergic to everything.
That's probably why it's such a.
So whose
Wait.
cat have I been seeing then? At his house. If he's allergic to everything.
Are you sure it was a cat? Wait, I'm outside the front door.
you can still hear
I don't-
this. It's quiet.
Fairly certain it was a cat. I mean, it was about the right size, and I think it meowed a few times at me. Thought about
should-
petting it, but I didn't because, well, I don't want it to follow me home, and then I'd have to feed it and just be a whole thing.
Or what if cats are behind the whole thing?
I've already run that version of 10 Candles once.
Then you're in heaven, and it's amazing.
Right. Well,
Are you sure it's an animal?
Maybe I'll go upstairs and see what's going on up there.
Should I go investigate the thing at your house, Jax?
I'll
Wait.
go with
Was it a puppet?
moving on its own. That'd be worse.
Was it 2 legs or 4 legs?
I'm gonna head up there and I'll tell you when I find it.
Was it 2
Cool.
legs or 4 legs?
You're not sure now that someone asked.
I had no idea. It just moved fast.
The moment
Molly,
the moment that Clara asked, you're like, "Oh God, did it have 2 legs?"
Molly, what about you go with Jesse and I'll go with Clara and we'll check out the other shadow.
Split the party. Split the party. Split
Sure,
the party.
why not? Yeah. I can do that.
Wait, hold on. I like that Jax chose that there was something upstairs, and now Jax is choosing to split the party.
and not go upstairs. It's perfect. It's perfect. All right, so I'll start with Molly and Jesse. Then you're gonna venture upstairs.
Yeah.
You get upstairs, and there's a little bit of a hallway with basically a room on each side, and that's it. And there's like another door that leads to either a closet or a bathroom. You can tell just where it's positioned in the house. Both doors are open but dark inside.
Molly's gonna kneel down and she's just gonna go, here, kitty, 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 kitty.
And from the room at the end of the hallway, you hear a meow. And a
I
cat
told you.
kind of peeks back through the doorway.
I told you he had a cat.
Hey, you called it. Come on. Psst, 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 psst.
Here, kitty, kitty, kitty,
And the
kitty,
cat-
kitty, 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 kitty.
Cautiously makes its way down the hallway to you and lets you pet it. Perfectly normal cat.
Aw.
Switching
Kitty.
to Jax and Clara.
We
Good
found
luck,
2
everybody.
cats! Yay!
You find a friendly Yeti.
You make your way
On the puppets.
back down into the cul-de-sac and start walking over towards Jax's house, and from where you saw from the porch, there's a house next to Jax, which no one it is in currently. It was your neighbor, Mrs. Potter, and you saw something just in dark between the houses from kind of behind them. It was enough of your flashlight was illuminating it to see movement, but not enough to make out what it was.
It was
So
over
I'd
there.
like. So I'll go ahead and shine my flashlight where she's pointing,
Okay.
like cop style over my shoulder.
It's the gap between your houses.
And there's
You can see into your backyard.
do I see any like tracks on the ground?
Let's find out. Roll
Okay.
7 dice for me.
Oh no.
Dun dun dun.
Oh no!
They're gone
Oh
upstairs.
no! I got 2 1s and no successes.
So
Mm.
that
Fine, there's no
will
tracks. We're good. We're safe.
so that will end the scene unless you want to use your virtue or your vice. Just to remind our viewers, Jax's virtue is planner and vice is bad tempered.
Ooh! I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
As a planner, could I have booby trapped the area between our houses?
You absolutely could have. Why don't you re-roll both of those ones for me?
Please just don't be 1s again. You little shits.
Burn them. Burn those dice.
You're getting banished. They're both 1s again.
Well, on that note, our scene is going to end. We are going to take a step back. We are going to establish 10 truths about the world, and then we'll get back into it. So we're going to start with how you're situated in my Zoom call, and so we're going to start with Clara. Clara, the world is dark, and give me a truth about it.
And there's a high-pitched whistle every day at the same time.
It's deeply concerning. I love it.
Perfect. Jax. The world is dark. There's a high-pitched whistle at the same once a day at the same time every day. And
can I build mine off of hers?
you absolutely can, yes.
When the whistle blows, individuals in suits wander the streets, like in like rad suits.
Okay. Jesse.
It's a horror channel, right?
The world is dark, and it is a constant 60 degrees.
Oh, I'm moving there.
At least it's comfortable. San Diego, but cursed.
Yeah.
I like it. It's nice. Cheap real estate.
I'm a fan of 60 degrees constantly.
Hey, so am I, but I live with somebody who hates it.
Molly.
The world is dark. And we can hear thunder, perhaps, starting.
Rumble.
The rumble in the distance.
I'm going to say, and a storm is coming, question mark.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
My turn. The world is dark, and they are... They are taunting you. Back to Clara.
The world is dark and there are no natural sounds. No bugs, no birds, no animals, no children laughing, no sounds besides us.
Okay.
It's that creepy kid laugh that keeps coming from the basement.
Jax.
The world is dark and they can only repeat back the sentence they most recently heard.
Hmm. I'm gonna expand on that very slightly and just say they can only mimic the most recent sound they've heard.
Okay.
Jesse?
World is dark, and there's an increasing scent of sulfur in the air.
Okay. And finally, for this round, Molly.
The world is dark. And there's an odd cotton candy-like scent in the wind.
Cotton candy and sulfur. That sounds simultaneously entertaining and awful.
I got really excited for a second, but I forgot about the sulfur, and now it's just the
It's
worst.
like cotton candy and
Yes.
bad eggs at the same time.
Killer clowns from outer space. Let's go!
Yeah,
All
I
right.
told you it was puppets.
So, to recap, the world is dark, and there's a high-pitched whistle that happens at the same time every day. When that whistle happens, individuals in radiation suits come out and wander the streets for a short period of time. The temperature never changes. It's always a cool 60 degrees Fahrenheit. There's thunder starting to sound in the distance, but beyond that, there are no other natural sounds. It appears as if they are beginning to taunt you in some way, and they mimic the most recent sounds they've heard. And at the same time, there is this increasing scent of sulfur coming from around you, and every once in a while you catch a waft of cotton candy, maybe? So,
It's our vapes.
They
maybe.
vape.
Oh no!
Just a demon scented with brimstone, just going.
Yeah, it's just they are Vape Nation.
Oh, sick clouds, man! You should let us go.
And on that note, Jax, you do remember as you're approaching the houses that you booby trapped. Kind of that passage between them, but you remember slightly too late as you trip over your own tripwire.
Oh no!
Setting a string of cans that you had going up the side of the house, rattling, making a ungodly noise.
I have immediate regrets about that echoing thing.
And at that note, from somewhere else in the cul-de-sac, you hear that same noise of the cans shaking and bouncing off of each other, as if someone else's house is booby-trapped. How strange.
Oh,
Maybe
shit.
maybe it's an echo.
Are there bushes around this house?
No roll required. I don't know, Jax, how is your landscape?
I would absolutely have bushes. I would have.
You
I'm a
planned it very
plant
well.
nerd. I'm a plant nerd. I garden. I do like local native plants. There's like these local native shrubs underneath these nice overhanging trees, but they're kind of wilting now because it's been 10 days without sun.
Yep.
That sounds beautiful. I'm gonna jump in one of those and hide.
So you just jump into the shrubbery.
Yeah, as soon as that sound goes, I'm just like falling into the shrubbery and getting ready.
I am not falling into the shrubbery. I'm immediately pointing my flashlight directly where I hear the sound come from.
The second version of it?
Yes.
Okay. And Clara, do you remember to turn the flashlight you're carrying off when you jump into the shrubbery?
So I feel like my flashlight wasn't on because I mimicked that I was holding the pipe in two hands behind
Okay,
Jax. So I
perfect.
feel like I was holding the pipe with two
Okay,
hands.
so you had stowed your flashlight.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so you jump into the shrubs. Jax, you turn and look around. And you hear a peal of thunder in the distance. But that is it.
Shit. We need to get inside, I think.
I like that plan. Let's. Should we get everyone else?
Yeah. Let's get them from Mr. Jasper's house.
All right.
We'll proceed back to Mr. Jasper's house with the knife at the ready.
Yeah, I feel like we're like back to back, so I'm like walking
So you're, like,
backwards.
walking backwards, looking around.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whole time
Trip
Molly and I are,
Just playing
oh,
with
get the
cat.
string. Get the string.
We're playing with the cat.
Okay, so yeah, on that note, Clara
Who's
and
the pretty
Jax,
kitty?
you get back to Mr. Jasper's house, and you hear "Who's a Pretty Kitty" them playing with a cat upstairs.
Hey, can we find something to close these doors and barricade them with, or is everything too broken?
Oh no, you could definitely barricade the doors of Mr. Jasper's house if that's where you're choosing to hole up.
Clara, can you get the back door and I'll get the front door, and we'll
On
just
it, and I just like flip the table into the door. I'm real strong.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
all of a sudden that
What is this, oak?
that dining room table is up on its side, slammed against the front door.
I bench press
Peter,
mahogany
actually.
on my days off.
I grab the kitty cat and hold it close as the loud noise and stuff like.
It's like
It's okay.
you
okay.
and you feel claws sink into your shoulder through your shirt.
Oh, that's
and
not
then
nice.
slowly
Here-
retract again.
Hearing everything downstairs, Jesse's definitely going to run down. Hey, what's going on? What do we need? What's happening?
Something's
Okay.
out there.
Okay, so what happened was I booby trapped my house and it fell over the booby trap and it sprung the booby trap, but then the booby trap went off elsewhere. I think it's them. We're barricading and we're figuring out a plan.
Yeah, that sounds about right. All right, where do
Did
you
you
need
find
me?
a cat?
Yeah, it's a good kitty
Meow.
up there.
That's the first animal we've seen in 10 days.
Do cats react?
Don't-
There are
to
literally
them?
no animals in days.
We'll find out.
Molly walks in with the cat, like, what the hell? You scared the cat and it scratched me.
It's now
There
perfectly
have been no
calm.
animals in 10 days.
The cat's now calm and purring.
Cat.
Look, we'll worry about the cat in a second. Let's
Oh,
try and
yay.
get.
This is so-
I love this cat.
See, isn't that soothing?
Is there a backpack? We need to save this. We need to save this cat.
So while three of you are talking about the cat, Jax, are you continuing to try to barricade the house?
Yes.
What is wrong with you people?
Let's
The real horror.
let's roll. Let's roll. So let's see how well you are able to
No.
barricade. I'm gonna give Clara the table against the door because of her virtue. But let's see. Give me a roll of 9 dice. We're down 1. See how well you barricade the back entrance.
Don't screw me over again. Okay. Good news. I got 1 6.
Okay.
Bad news. I got 2 1s.
You're not allowed to roll anymore. You won.
Well,
Yay, danger!
remember you could use your vice to re-roll those ones, but we're pretty early on. That was a full 9 dice pool for our second scene. I don't think it's completely necessary. I'll just knock it all
No.
down to a 7.
I got one.
But you
success,
were successful.
so
You had a 6, so
I think I'll hold off for now.
you're able to pull kind of like a china cabinet in front of the back door. Just
Okay.
push it there.
Just shattering plates.
It actually had like knickknacks in it. He was using it to display like, I don't know.
Snow globes.
Yeah, snow globes. And yeah, you're able to push it in front of the back door. There's still windows, but you can pull curtains.
Yeah, I'll barricade the front door. I'll start like trying to pull blinds and curtains to try and block as much vision out of the windows.
Okay.
Meanwhile, everyone's petting the kitty cat.
Yeah, everyone else is petting a cat. So you're
I'm gonna help Jax. I'm
okay.
gonna help Jax.
So you
Yeah,
move over and
I'm
start-
also helping it once I get past the strange cat.
Okay.
I'm taking the cat
Table.
into the kitchen to give it food.
Okay. Yeah, you
Nice.
actually
Yes.
find more canned cat food than you do human food once you start looking in the cupboards.
Oh, Jasper was a good man.
It's cheaper in bulk.
That is true.
All right. You have now barricaded yourselves inside Mr. Jasper's house. What would you like to do next? And as
Okay.
as you
Is
are
any-
thinking about that, you hear another peal of thunder off in the distance. This time very quickly followed by a second one much closer.
I think I'd like to
Do we have any lights turned on, like any candles, or just our flashlights right now?
just
Right
just
now,
our
you just have your
flashlights right now.
Okay,
flashlights.
good.
There are Mr. Jasper kept his house pretty well stocked. I will say you do see an oil lantern downstairs in the kitchen, and then some candles set up throughout. And if you look around, you might find more. But we'll see.
I expect to find 9 of them now. But question, another random question. Because it's a northern house, is there a basement?
So Maryland does have a pretty shallow floodplain, depending on where you are in it. So no.
Okay. I just know north people have basements. And moose.
You would need to be about another 500 miles north to find
Oh, okay.
moose.
Sorry.
I don't know. The
England.
world's weird right now. Let's not.
As someone who just
think-
moved from New England to Georgia,
I'm so sorry, everyone in New
Yeah.
England, for me having no idea anything about.
Don't
the
worry,
state of
they
Maryland.
still have deer, and deer are both bigger and smaller than you think. So like,
Okay.
maybe the elk are migrating.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Just thought it was a moose in a shadow.
I mean, it's kind of like the quarantine where all the animals just started taking over neighborhoods,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So Jesse's gonna post up in front where he can kind of peek through one of the curtains
Okay.
and keep an eye out the front of the house.
Okay.
I would like to do that from the upstairs, though.
Okay. So you go upstairs. As I
Mhm.
described to them, when you go upstairs, there's 3 doors. 2 of them are open, one at each end of the hallway, and then another door that is kind of next to the staircase. You're assuming it's like a closet or a bathroom based on position. So you can go to the open door to the front.
If there's a closed door, I'm immediately going to open that door.
It's bathroom.
Okay.
The other, towards the front of the house, there is a bedroom. It appears to have been Mr. Jasper's bedroom. You're just gonna.
I'll pick whichever has the best view of the street.
Okay. Yep. There's a window that you can peer right out in.
Okay, so we need a plan. We need to figure out what we're gonna do because we can't stay in here forever because no matter how well supplied Mr. Jasper was, he didn't plan for an apocalypse. So we're gonna have to leave eventually. That's what I
Molly
got
comes
right
out
now.
of the kitchen with Molly will come out of the kitchen with a bag of chips, and she's munching on them and kind of offers.
I will absolutely take a stress chip.
Loudest food in the apocalypse.
that is now going to be a part of my daily. Yeah, I'll take a stress chip. Thank you.
So in the kitchen, there's a good amount of food in there. Worst comes to worst, though, and this is probably just keep an open mind. He made sure he was really, really supplied with cat food.
I mean, half of it's not bad.
It's nutrients. It's sort of like what's that stuff? That stuff that people Soylent. It's sort of like that Soylent stuff. Not tasty, but it'll get you there.
Sure.
I thought that was people.
Only
Just
the
if
green
it's
one.
a green variety.
Brown one's still chocolate. It's delicious.
And it runs through you like anyway.
It stays the color. Sorry.
But
I mean,
think-
it's only been 10 days. I feel like there's still a lot of food in houses.
let's give
I mean,
it.
he's a bachelor.
Let's give it maybe 30 more minutes in the house. If we don't see anything hinky, maybe we go through the back.
So she's gonna look at Jackson. You were outside a bit ago. It's thundering. Did you see lightning by any chance?
I don't think I did. Did I see lightning?
You didn't.
Nah, we didn't even see the thing that made the rattling sound. We were just trying to get inside real fast.
Okay, so thunder, no lightning.
Very, very fragile.
And none of that storm smell, you know, that like staticky smell that storms have. None of
Mm.
that. Sulfur though. We got sulfur.
Yeah.
That's-
Like a carnival in hell.
I was going to say that's did we die at some point and not realize it?
As you are talking about that, you actually catch that whiff of that cotton candy smell again.
Oh my god, it's like that commercial with the cookies but no milk. Okay, I just want to say that I did not believe in the whole heaven hell thing. Not my thing, but I'm really starting to tip that scale a little bit with the, you know, the cotton candy and all of that.
So like that TV show?
Mm-hmm.
We're in the bad place or the good the place.
Oh, the one with the blonde guy and the philosophy. No, the blonde lady and the philosophy dude.
I just know Molotovs are really important in that show.
I have a
Oh.
lighter.
Great idea.
We're-
Let's make
Molotovs.
Molotovs.
We should do that.
Now,
Yes.
now, let's not go crazy.
Well, they
We're
don't
still
like light.
alive.
If we light the street on fire,
That's
Okay,
a thought.
listen.
Let's
okay,
let's
okay.
avoid fire for a
we
little
just
bit
light
here.
one house on fire.
Right, like
Just like
one
at
block.
the end of the
What if
cul-de-sac.
we
That
just do
really
one
crappy
block?
one. The one with the.
I'm
one with
That's
with
my
I'm with-
house, and I'd like if you left it alone for a
no,
little bit.
no. That creepy
right,
neighbor that lives
really
next
need
to
to fix
you.
your roof.
Oh, right,
just,
right.
let's for just 1 second and you know, keep an open mind again. If we had one house that was burning, that's a lot of light.
Yeah, but they would all go
Yeah.
towards that house, and then we could run.
Do they go
To a different
towards it,
direction.
or do they go
Distraction.
away from it?
Either way, we'll find out.
Mm-hmm.
Like science.
Either
And
way,
Mr. Jasper
you know,
has
either,
a decent liquor cabinet.
see.
Does he?
So,
Yes.
oh,
Why don't we roll and find out?
Damn it.
Someone other than me roll that one.
I'll
We
do
have-
it. How
we
many
have
dice do we
learned
have?
from our mistakes.
7.
6.
Okay, you can't say that when I'm counting 7 dice, because then I can't count.
29, 8, 3, banana.
Do you want me to roll these? Do you want me to find
Yes.
fooders or not, sir?
I mean, I want you to fail.
Oh.
2 6s and
Okay.
2 1s.
All right.
Oh,
I rolled 3 5s though.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
All right, so you're down to 5 dice for this scene, but yes, he does actually have a decently stocked liquor cabinet. You find several bottles of, 80 plus proof alcohol. You also find a bottle of grain alcohol, which is 140 proof.
Y'all can burn that one.
And
We'll keep you the nice bottle of the nice whiskey. We'll burn the rest.
Does he have extra bottles that are empty,
Thank
such
you.
as in the trash
Thank you
can,
so much.
or
it's
Mr. Jasper likes a drink. And it's the end of the
yeah,
world.
so you're
come
gonna
on.
be looking around for empty glass bottles, maybe some rags.
right?
Yeah, why don't you roll?
I mean, he
You do
has
know that,
a
you
closet
know.
full of clothes. He's not here.
You know,
I think it's
yeah,
the
of
bottles that are the
course.
real
Oh,
rolling
okay.
questions.
Of course, Mr. Jasper drink. I mean, his wife left him like
Okay,
a while
good
back,
news.
Hmm.
Good news, no ones.
Okay.
Bad news, no 6s.
Well, that would be the end of the scene then.
Oh no!
Thank God Mr. Jasper
And
was a recycler.
So
I'm
we're-
apparently going to move us through all of our scenes with failure.
so yes, so you found a nice liquor cabinet that has a decent amount of booze that can be used to make Molotov cocktails or fire in general. As Molly pointed out, it's sad because his wife left him recently, but finding things to make those Molotovs in has apparently proven challenging. So as we end round 2 and another candle goes out, the world is dark, and let's see, we ended with Molly last time, so we'll start with Clara again.
Oh God. So the world is dark
Mhm.
and they are afraid of fire.
Okay.
yes, smart.
All right, they are afraid of fire. Jax.
The world is dark, and the cat we have found reacts to them.
Okay.
Like Bird Box.
Canary in a coal mine.
Okay. The cat reacts to them. That is the
Yep,
truth
I
that
am
was
leaving
created.
it intentionally vague.
Good.
Oh,
Good.
dear.
Good. Jesse.
World is dark, and we only have nightmares when we sleep.
Oh no.
That just sounds like
I
a
love
Tuesday.
it. But
Molly.
The world is dark, but I understand how arson works, so I can.
Molly understands arson.
Beautiful.
I'm just leaving it at that.
beautiful. I love it.
We don't need a Molotov cocktail. I know how to do. I got this.
Look, I know how to arson, okay?
So
Proves on your resume like sequel, MS Word, arson.
She does have the lighter, it makes sense.
Welcome to Google.
the world is dark, and they are afraid of fire, but water seems to make them stronger.
Ooh.
Fuck.
I mean, it makes sense.
Clara.
I really just want to be a jerk and be like, and there's no water on this planet anymore.
Well, that's going to shorten all your lifespans dramatically.
Yes.
Well,
Well,
we
die
just gotta
with
make
them.
it through this game. The world is dark and all the food is expiring and going bad much faster than it should.
Oh.
So like we open a can and it says it doesn't expire till next year, but it's for some reason rotten inside.
Okay.
Nice.
Except for the cat food. Except for the cat food.
Except the cat food. All right.
Except for cat food.
Except for
Cat
cat
food does
food.
not go bad.
Cat food somehow is the miracle. All right, Jax.
World is dark. Oh, how do I want to do this? And there is a reservoir half a mile from our neighborhood. No, half a mile. Half a mile. Specifically. It gives us approximately 2,700 feet to work with.
We live on the Potomac.
Water makes them stronger, people.
Yes, but half a mile away from us.
Yes.
What
All
are
right.
you
Happy. I was gonna
Jax?
put a lake in our
No,
community.
no, think about it. Think about it. If I specify that water is half a mile away, it is less likely to be between that, unless they're in the plumbing.
True. Good thought.
They take a slurp from the toilet, and man,
They're like dogs.
Like
that-
Everybody in
Popeye
this
with the
community has swimming
spinach.
pools.
sorry, Jim.
For our final truth, you could, Jesse.
The world is dark and no vehicles work.
Oh.
Ooh,
Perfect. Perfect. Okay. So we'll continue with
Ride those Baltimore Moose.
Jax. You go looking for some glass jars, bottles, anything, and you're not finding any. There's the bottles on the bar, but that's about it. There's some beer in the fridge. You could dump that out and fill those bottles. But
Yep, I'll do that.
That's a 6-pack. That's not much.
I mean, that's 6 more than we had.
As give me. I'll help you empty those.
Oh, fantastic. Also, we need a
Me too.
backpack for these. We need a bag to carry these in before we light them.
Are we back up to 8 dice?
Yes, you are back up to 8
Uh,
dice.
I
Thank you
mean,
for the reminder.
There. Surely there's like, I don't know, a
There's a
laptop
backpack.
case or a backpack in the closet, maybe.
He's a little old man. He's got to have one of those carts.
That would
The
work. too.
grocery carts?
Yeah, little old man grocery
Yes.
carts.
I love it.
Okay, I'll allow it.
Thank you, kind DM.
And also, technically, one bottle will work. One bottle, one house, it will work. Especially with the cheap furniture that they had.
Molly speaks with a strange air of authority on this subject.
I don't want to know how you found this out.
I will trust you.
Yeah, I have my qualms.
I'm gonna start ripping apart like his shirts to make wicks for the
Okay.
Yeah.
or sheets or whatever is in the
Or
room. with
yeah,
him.
whatever, like towels that are upstairs or something.
Okay. Yeah, you craft 6 Molotov cocktails, no problem.
Use the knife to get that initial snip so that it's.
Yep.
I don't need a knife.
I believe you.
All right. So you've barricaded yourselves in. You have fed the cat. You have created 6 Molotov cocktails. What's next?
Has there been any movement in the streets?
You don't see any movement. You do occasionally hear. Sorry, I have a cat climbing on me. Speaking of, you do occasionally hear.
Oh,
There was
hi, kitty.
there was a request
That's
for
the
cats
cat.
in chat, so this is the cat. He's a little dumb.
We love him.
But yeah, no. You are. It's been quiet, strangely quiet, and every once in a while you hear a peal of thunder. No lightning. No other noises in the neighborhood.
Quick question. So, with these truths that we go through, is this common knowledge, or is this something?
These are no. You don't necessarily know
Okay.
them. You can discover them as you go.
Okay.
Some of them you already knew. But like you don't know that the vehicles don't work yet, for example.
Okay. So it was something like if we knew that them would echo back whatever noise
No.
we just did.
No, you
We don't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
Then that is erased from my mind.
So where are we gonna go when we leave here? You said we have to go somewhere, but where? Can we leave town? Do you think the road out of town is still good?
Ooh. Yeah, we should try that.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a Jeep outside that we could try to. Does anyone know how to hotwire a car?
Oh, wait, is Mr. Jasper's car still in the driveway? We can just maybe find the keys around here.
To a
I
Prius?
bet they're by the
We're gonna
front
escape
door.
the apocalypse in a Prius?
I'm not rolling first in a scene again. We have discovered
gonna
that
say.
I don't do that.
So we just established that Mr. Jasper has a Prius, which I am keeping.
It's like
I don't know why I
solar-powered.
chose an electric car in a world of no electricity to be his car. I am so sorry.
That explains why it doesn't work.
Because
Oh.
yes.
But let's roll to see if
Okay.
you can find keys.
Who's rolling?
All right, I'll do it. And we're at 7 dice.
8.
8.
8. Okay. All right, and I got 2 6s and a 1.
Okay. 2 6s is a success, but we're gonna drop this down to 7 for the rest of the scene. Yeah, you find a set of keys by the front door.
Got him.
Shotgun.
I'm gonna ride.
I'm driving.
I'll ride in the
Back
trunk
seat.
section, so that I can look out the back.
Okay.
Nice with the trunk up and everything.
Probably not. I feel like I'd fall, but like it's a window.
Oh, it's a
Right,
hatchback.
we went
Prius.
over this.
Smart,
Oh,
smart.
that's what I assumed. I assumed you were talking about the hatchback Prius.
So you go out, you load your Molotovs in, you all get into the car, and Molly, you go to start it, and nothing. It doesn't. There's no noise whatsoever from the vehicle. It's just it's one of those push button starts. Just nothing.
Did you check gas?
The dogs are back.
Axe.
So, just out of curiosity, the Prius are electric, and I'm pretty sure nothing else electric really works so well.
We should find an
So-
older car that doesn't involve electricity.
Yeah, let's
Wait,
head
yeah.
over to my house. I've got an old F-150. We could probably go get started.
Are we bringing the cat?
Yeah, we're bringing the cat.
I mean,
Yes.
do you
Is
want to
there a
leave him
cat
here
backpack
alone?
in this house somewhere?
Oh, the one like the little like
bubble in the
globe
back?
thing. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Roll.
I don't know if.
I'm gonna stop talking.
I'll roll it. Hold on. Oh, jeez.
Yay, Molly, you roll cat things.
7
It
dice
works
this
well.
time.
I got 3 6s, no 1s.
All right. Yes, you find one of those little cat astronaut backpacks.
I'm liking Mr. Jasper the more we go through his house.
Yes, same.
It's a real
Actually,
shame that Mr. Jasper's probably dead or kidnapped because he
I
seems
know, right?
nice.
he loved this cat.
The cat's
So,
on.
yeah, getting the cat, and I'm gonna put the cat in the backpack. Close it up.
Cat seems fine, just purring.
Good to
I'm
go.
a little like, does there catnip around? Do you have like one of the little cat toys? Do you see? Just drop it in, or drop maybe a can of food in there to keep him
Oh yeah,
satisfied.
for sure. We're gonna load up on cat food cans. This
Okay.
thing's getting taken care
Oh,
of.
I just meant for him to eat on the way.
Oh,
But you
Travel
don't want to
snack.
overfeed him. Then I'll get fat. You just like 1 can a day usually.
I mean, did he get fed today?
Well, Molly fed
Yes.
him inside.
Oh, that's right. Forgot
Yeah,
about that.
I already fed him.
I forgot about that. That's my bad.
Important thing in a horror game is to ensure the cat was fed.
oh,
Should we get him like a little cup of water or something, or maybe?
Oh, the can. You said you fed him earlier. There's an empty can.
Yeah.
Fill it up with water.
Well, there you go.
And I will do that. Go ahead and fill the little can up with water and put it in the bag with the cat.
All right.
terrible horror movie. But
This is
the
a horror
best
game. We
people.
have to take care of our cat.
I
Yeah.
Strapping it on.
My favorite horror movie is Alien. I'm in full support of this plan.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, this cat, we're going full Jinxie on this cat. This cat is our cat. Its name
This
is
our
actually
best
Jinxie. It's
friend,
got a
our
little
All right.
mascot.
So I'm gonna load up as many cans as I can, like taking your shirt and how you make a little basket out of it, shoving cans in. But I want to keep one hand open with the hammer.
Okay.
So I've got cans in my shirt and
Okay.
a hammer in one hand.
Perfect. All right.
We've
So you
got a
load up.
grocery cart. You could just put them in the
Yeah,
bottom
just
and we
put
can
'em in
stack the
the
Molotovs
grocery
on
cart.
top.
All right.
Yeah. Just stacks some food, Molotovs. You're good to go, and you start making your way up to where
Cat
your
food, no human
house is.
food.
We
Yeah.
took a bag of chips with us.
Well, yeah, for sure. I gotta have my anxiety chip.
Just stress
This
chip.
is like the
Stress
last
chip.
bag of chips that wasn't stale.
That's our reward
Dip
for
it-
getting out of town. We're
Dip it
saving
in the
Lay's
cat
All right,
food like
original.
it's salsa.
Yeah. Are we
no.
salt and vinegar? Are we barbecue? What do we got?
They're
Lay's
just
original.
regular yellow bag of Lay's
Oh,
chips.
yeah.
Singing my song.
All
All
right.
right. So yeah.
We go to Jesse's house.
Hey, so you go to Jesse's house where there is a Ford F1 older Ford F-150 sitting out front.
All right. So I'm gonna get in there.
Mhm.
I'm gonna put my keys in and go to start my truck.
Nothing.
All right. Sometimes you got kind of jangle it. Pump the gas. Nope.
How
No.
old is this truck?
Is it a manual? Did you forget to press the clutch?
Does this happen often?
I think I know how to drive my own truck.
Well-
Pardon.
How old is this truck though? Is it like one of the old school ones? You know, that before that
It's-
everything got a computer
Oh.
chip in them.
It's
Oh, I thought you
not
meant like
that
3
old.
on the tree.
It's not
it's a
that
1999. So you know,
Oh, it's probably got
Technically a
computer chip in
classic.
it.
yeah.
But I'm
yeah.
pretty sure it had a chip in it.
We need like
Well,
a
yeah.
40s or 50s car.
That's what I was thinking. We're gonna need like
diner.
some kind of muscle car or something. Ooh,
The
yes.
diner that has all the cars down by the it's near town on the way towards that facility that is totally not evil or government controlled.
Look, we know the
Alright.
government controls it. That's where they did the those telepathy experiments with acid.
I don't
What?
remember that.
Yeah, they wouldn't want you to.
All right. Well, before we go anywhere, I'm gonna grab my tool belt out of the back.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say that I got paid really good money for those experiments. Thank you very much.
The wire's still hanging off her head.
Just like Batty and Ferngully.
Yes.
Well,
Oh no. Oh, no.
yeah, I guess.
Stop yelling so loud.
Well, we're all set. Should we start heading towards town then?
I thought we were gonna do the Molotov cocktail in the house first.
Yes, Molotov, and then go to town.
Well, should we
Right.
save the Molotov until something bad might happen and then like Molotov something away from us and then run? Or Molotov the path. So like every mile we just throw a Molotov and it's like a save
That's-
point.
That's a. It's like an Alexander Shinara sign.
A save point, not a save point. A save point.
Yes, my obscure joke landed.
Oh man, did it hit hard too?
Welcome to our horror game, ladies and gentlemen.
Just
Only giggles and laughs.
I love the phase of Ian just like questioning everything every so often. It's just like, why did I do this?
He's like, I'm gonna kill you all, and it's gonna be glorious.
Like 10 candles. This game's only 3 candles.
Everyone dies at candle 7. All right.
10 candles and 2 brain cells to share among the 4. All right.
Okay,
yeah.
so-
So I'm gonna grab my tool belt.
Okay. You grab your tool belt out of the back. It has
So
tools in it. We'll leave that as nondescript for now.
yeah. So and I could probably describe what's in there because real life Casper, my background is a welder, so I know what's gonna be in that tool belt.
Okay. We'll see if it's still in that tool belt when you need it.
Oh, I love that.
Hey,
Oh.
Jesse, do you mind if I break this muffler off? I think it's a better weapon than a knife.
I would like you to not break my truck.
Well, it's already
mean-
broken.
I mean, we could
It's-
probably.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. Let me give you this spud wrench.
The what?
Now, a spud wrench, what it is it's a crescent wrench on one end, and at the other end, it's a pin basically. And what it does is you put it in some beams and you line it up. Look, I
Okay.
could go into it, but it's got a pin on the end. So I'm gonna give you this spud wrench. Don't fuck up my truck.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, Molly, do you want a knife as well?
Yeah.
All right, there we
take
go.
away.
Is there a random
Melee.
2x4 on the ground since we're all finding secondary weapons?
I'm sure.
Roll.
God
Does-
damn it! He
Did
gets
you-
a tool belt! I just want a random piece of wood!
Hey, it's
I
my
was-
background.
How many dice do I have to roll?
We have 7.
7 currently.
7. I want to find a decent random melee weapon.
Okay. I feel like a pipe is a
Oh, no.
decent random melee
Oh,
weapon,
no?
but-
Oh,
I rolled
no.
no 6s, but I also rolled no 1s.
Well, that is still ending the scene. So
Hey, this time I did it.
you go looking around for a 2x4, just something maybe a little bit heftier than the pipe you're carrying, but you don't find anything. And we will establish some new truths about the world before you head into town. So we ended with Jesse last time, so we will start with Molly. The world is dark and
The world is dark, and Mr. Jasper's wife left a can of Aquanet behind.
all right. And I'm assuming you grabbed it.
Absolutely.
All right. Molly has hairspray. Clara.
I'm sorry. Molly knows arson, and Molly always has hairspray. And I am now worried that Molly is a they, and we should be worried about Molly. She's gonna kill us all.
That can happen.
So the world is dark, and they communicate by clicking to each other.
Okay.
Kind of like, have you seen Mimic?
Mm-hmm.
You know how the Mimic
Mhm.
twittering?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My turn. The world is dark, and they are anticipating what you're doing.
Yikes.
They always seem like they know what you're about to do. Jax, your turn.
The world is dark. but there are exactly 4 pairs of roller skates in the back of Jesse's car.
How else am I supposed to dance? Dancing Queen.
Oh, are they the four-wheeled ones? Like the
Rollerblades or skates?
Yeah,
Oh,
I figured they were the
Skates.
4x4 ones.
oh, absolutely.
Perfect. Jesse, the world is dark.
The world is dark, and they can fit through any gap that is 6 inches wide by 6 inches.
Shit.
Okay.
Big gap.
Did you just have to try to top Jax?
I like to play on hard mode.
Yeah. Molly.
Oh, the world is dark, and there is a lake next to the diner.
What is wrong with you people?
We like to suffer.
Hey, remember, there's
fine,
an impending
fine.
storm too.
Fine.
Clara, you get the last truth for this.
Fine. If we want to go hard mode, the world is dark, and they are usually invisible until right before they attack.
Oh,
Oh shit!
mic drop.
We're just trying to one-up each other, making it work.
It's
Well,
like,
you're
I don't
giving
even
them
have to
so
try
many
to-
advantages.
Yeah, no, I don't. You're gonna kill yourselves. All right.
Can you tell it's a bunch of people that play TTRPGs a lot?
We're
Uh-huh.
making them so strong, and we got roller skates and our signatures.
Yep. And
We're
and
indestructible.
We've got roller skates, a little wheelie grocery cart, and Molotov cocktail.
And Jinxie.
And a cat. Yeah, I was saying the cat.
perfect. So
If anything happens to this cat, I'm coming after everybody.
Yeah, I will show up at Ian's house with a lead pipe.
so
It was the cat the whole time.
you get ready to start walking into town when
David, water.
um who established that one? Jax, you notice that there are roller skates in the back of the truck.
Oh, hey, car's not working, but we can still have wheels.
Hey, be careful with those. Some of them are antique.
Well,
It's
That just
amazing
means
how
they-
you have an array of sizes.
it all perfectly fit us.
Listen, you do
like
you, I'll do
Cinderella.
me. Just put the skates on and
It's the
We'll
fraternity
go.
of traveling skates.
Are there costumes that go with this? These are
you're in the
covered
house. Like, we
sequins.
don't have time for the capes.
Oh.
Maybe we have time for
There's
the capes.
always
Wait.
time for capes.
No. Remember what they said? What Edna Mode said? No capes.
Right.
Molly's
Okay.
Molly's grabbing skates. I'm taking these, and they're like pink and purple, glitter.
Those are 1972 air glides. Please be careful with them.
Ooh.
Well, I hope they glide my ass through the air to the diner.
Yeah, they should. Like a
Um,
goddamn angel on clouds.
Good.
I will grab if there's like a pair that's like black and looks like combat boots but with wheels. I'm gonna grab those.
Yeah.
You better believe it.
So we have established
Fine.
there are skates. We have not established what they look like. They can match your aesthetic perfectly.
Oh no, mine don't match my aesthetic, but
That's
are
my
bright.
1993 K2 Commandos. So please enjoy those.
I find the gold glitter sequins rhinestone ones.
Those ones are fairly new. Those are my 2019
Oh,
How about
good to
that?
hear.
glitter bombs.
I like it. The little glitter behind as I go. Little glitter trail.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and strap on my Airwalks.
It's just a pair of airwalks with like skates bolted to the bottom. Okay, so you all strap on skates. You have Jinxie. You've got a cart of cat food and Molotovs. You've got weapons and a can of Aquanet. And you start heading towards the diner as you hear another peal of thunder in the distance. And
Were
then
we not dead already?
another one a little bit closer.
Which
Because we're like
direction-
television for them.
It's like what's that movie with the
The
Truman Show? Yeah. Which direction is the thunder coming from? The first thunder, not the second thunder.
West.
The west. And which way is the diner?
Northwest.
Okay.
We
Oh, I
start.
do not like the echo. Let's go.
All right.
And
Start skating.
I will wheel along carrying the grocery cart behind me, like
Okay.
wheeling it because it's on wheels.
Mhm.
I
I'm gonna do
got
the skating
Jinxie
backwards thing
strapped
and
to my
watch our back.
Oh, for sure.
All right. So you start skating into town, and
Jesse is
Doesn't take you-
fluid.
absolutely,
These.
absolutely, and it doesn't take you too long to get there. But right around the time that you arrive near the diner, which has a classic 1969 Dodge Charger parked out front, the heavens open, and it starts to pour rain.
This is gonna mess up my hair.
This is gonna mess up my bearings.
Yeah, it's gonna get much harder to start skating. I gotta hurry.
And you hear
right.
another clap of thunder, and very nearby, it's less loud, quieter clap of thunder echoing it.
Oh wait, okay, let's get in the car real fast. We will hotwire it. Does anyone know how to hotwire a car?
Yes.
Not my
find out.
specialty.
We'll find out.
Well, Molly is the arsonist, so she can't be it. How many dice are there?
Well, first, you all pile into the car.
Oh no.
One of you roll to see if the car's unlocked.
I'll
It's
roll.
not. I'm
Okay.
busting
I
the
haven't
window
rolled yet.
open.
Yeah, you roll for unlocking the car.
Haven't rolled yet. Let's see how this goes. Okay. Good news. No ones.
All right.
Bad news. No sixes.
Well,
Ah.
that is unfortunate, as the car is locked and the scene ends. So, another candle down with no other rolls that round.
Hey, anybody who was planning on sticking around for like 4 hours, your night's open. We're just disaster after another.
It's cool. We're gonna make them more powerful again. Still.
That's right.
On that note, the world is dark, and they are highly amused by what you're doing and are more interested in toying with you than whatever else they had planned. Jax.
How big are generators?
Shoot.
Depends.
It depends. Are you thinking one that can like run in a diner?
Basically.
That's gonna be like too large to fit in a truck.
Mm-hmm.
Like it wouldn't fit in the back of a flatbed.
Okay. Never mind that truth then.
But about that size, just too heavy at that point.
Yeah.
The world is dark and the storm is actually storming oil. It is raining oil.
Okay.
Wow.
Hallelujah.
The
Jesse.
world smells like
Can't wait to set
Crisco.
something on fire now.
The world smells like Crisco, sulfur, and cotton candy.
I set fire to the rain.
On that note, Jesse, the world is dark.
The world is dark, and just before they attack you, they let loose a childlike laughter.
Shit.
You hear child laughter before they attack. Yeah, I'm gonna have fun with that. Molly.
The world is dark, and through the window of the diner, there are eyes looking out.
Human eyes or other eyes?
Undeclared.
How many eyes?
Something
set
is,
of eyes.
something
Didn't
is watching you from the
specify.
diner.
Just
20
She
glowing
another cat.
eyes.
Be another cat.
No,
Be
just
another
Sheila
cat.
hanging out in the diner.
100 eyes stare from the diner.
No. 96. No, 97. So an
97.
uneven amount.
Fair enough. Clara.
Oh shit. God, our world sucks.
Yeah.
The world is dark. And you forget what they look like if you've seen them.
Oh, nice.
The world is dark. And someone in chat asked cooking oil or motor oil, by the way.
Cooking oil.
Okay, cooking oil. Important
Olive oil.
distinction.
Yay, thanks, mermaid.
I was thinking vegetable
They're
oil.
Mermaid
cleaner.
Ashy 11.
I'm gonna say vegetable oil. All right. The world is dark, and they are. How do I want to word this? Yeah, I'm gonna shift that. I'm gonna shift it. Sorry. The world is dark, and whatever is in the diner is not friendly. Didn't say it was them, but it's not friendly.
Just a cat that needs love, okay?
And on that note, we have established our truths, which I will go over again very briefly when we return from this short break.
Yay.
Oh, is it break time?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
We're going to take a 5-minute break, folks. Don't go anywhere. We will find out what is going to happen to these poor people when we return.
What in the fresh hell?
But we'll be back in about 5 minutes. Stretch your legs, get a drink of water. That's exactly what we're going to do. And don't go too far. And we're back. Thank you for sticking around. We're excited to jump back into it. I just want to remind everyone that this is a game of tragic horror. We are playing 10 Candles. It is a collaborative storytelling game that requires zero prep on my part, which is amazing. And I get to put most of the effort on them to figure out what the world that we're playing in is. So far, I'm going to read through all of the truths we've established. The world is dark, and there's a high-pitched whistle every day on a schedule, which hasn't happened yet. When it does happen, though, people in radiation suits come out and start walking around for a little while. We're not sure why. The temperature is always a cool 60 degrees Fahrenheit, no matter what time of day it is. A storm is coming and has just arrived, as we found out. They seem to be taunting you, or they have been, and now it's escalated a little bit. There are no other natural sounds. You don't hear birds or dogs. It's not windy. Very unsettling. They appear to be mimicking recent sounds they've heard, although you don't know that yet in character. And then there's this constant scent of sulfur as you're walking around. With every once in a while, the wind does carry through, carrying cotton candy smell. You're not sure where that's coming from. They are afraid of fire. The cat that you found reacts to them in some way, but you're not sure what that is. When you do sleep, you only have nightmares. Molly understands arson very well. While they are maybe afraid of fire, water does make them stronger. Another thing you don't know in character. Food is expiring at a much more rapid pace than it should normally. You're not sure what's going on with that. There is a reservoir a half-mile away from the neighborhood you were in, which you have moved closer to now. None of the vehicles work, as you have recently discovered, although you're about to find out if a 1969 Dodge Charger works. Molly has a can of Aquanet, which she picked up in Mr. Jasper's house. You haven't heard it yet, but they appear to communicate via clicking noises. They are anticipating your movements and seem to always be one step ahead of you. You found roller skates in Jesse's truck, which you used to roll your way over to the diner. Another thing you don't know in character is they are malleable and can appear to fit through 6-inch holes. There's a lake next to the diner, which you just arrived at, and they turn invisible right up until the point where they attack you. Finally, they want to toy with you and have started to. It's now raining vegetable oil from the sky for some unknown reason. Not only do they only turn visible right before they attack, but when they do, you get a brief warning in the sound of a child's laughter. There's someone watching you, or something watching you, from the diner. If you do see them, you immediately forget their appearance, so you're not sure if any of you have actually seen one of them before. And whatever is waiting for you in the diner is not friendly. And now you're standing in the raining vegetable oil by a locked Dodge Charger. When, we'll say Jax, you notice eyes watching from the diner. Just two. Pair of eyes.
Two of them?
Yep, you see the light from your flashlight glints off of them.
My main focus right now is getting us into that charger, so I'm going to try and smash the window.
Okay. With what?
Honestly, my hand.
No. I would stop Jax before they punched a hole in the.
Jax rears back to just start punching this window of the 69 Dodge Charger.
Who'd I give the spud wrench to?
I just looked at him
I
right.
have the wrench. I forgot about the wrench.
I just pointed at the wrench.
It's got a pointed end.
I will, in response to that, use the pointy end of the wrench to smash.
Well, let's see if you're strong enough to break that window. Give me a roll. 6 dice.
We have.
Oh dear. This is beautiful, you guys. Like
You got this.
Oh,
Friday.
no ones and 2 6s.
Perfect.
And the rest of them were 5s. Let me tell
I'm so
you,
proud
they
of you.
wanted success.
Nice.
I'm so proud of you.
You swing the wrench
Holy
and shatter. Which window?
I would like to do passenger side.
Okay.
That way the driver doesn't have to
front
sit on
passenger
glass.
side window. Just blow that window out. Unlock the car. Sweep the glass out. And you can all pile into this Dodge Charger.
Sweet.
Are there keys or did we have to hotwire it? Check the visor.
Oh, good point. Molly, you said you're driving?
Yeah?
Oh,
Was
I
that with just the Prius?
Yeah,
Who's
that
good
was
at
the
driving
Prius.
old
I don't
trunks?
really. Okay, so I'm not the
Jet.
Prius
Jet's
are
just-
electric. This is not bad for the environment.
I got this one. I got it.
All right, so Jesse, you clamber over into the driver's seat, and there are no keys in this car.
Shit.
And who has the cat?
Me.
The cat
I
is
probably shouldn't have been so excited about that.
the cat is just purring up a storm. You can feel it in the
Oh.
little backpack that you have.
So
It seems
happy.
it's just curled up, very content, just looking at the diner,
Aw, Jinxie.
just looking out the little window in the backpack at the diner, purring.
I don't have an actual cat, but Jinxie.
I do, but she wouldn't take being in a backpack well.
So, Jesse, you gonna try to hotwire this car? You're thinking long and hard about this.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah,
One. All right.
I'm gonna go for it.
Give me 6 dice.
Well, that is 4 6s
Oh.
and a 1.
Okay, so we'll drop the total dice pool down to 5 as you just seem to know exactly what you're doing. Pop open the compartment underneath the wheel, pull the wires out, splice 2 of them, start twisting them together, and nothing. No spark. No noise from the engine, just nothing happens.
I'm starting to think that it might have not just been our electrical that they got.
Quick thing I forgot to mention earlier. Something's watching us.
Wait, what?
Wait, you forgot to mention that something's
Something.
watching us?
Look, I was focused on one thing. Now that thing seems to be a failure. And now there's another thing. There's eyes. Did you look towards the, can you look towards the, but do it subtly. Make sure it doesn't.
I just
like-
turn around and look.
You just
Yeah,
turn
I
around
just-
and
I'm just
look at the
looking.
diner.
Y'all are
so-
terrible wingmen.
Jax is gesturing at the diner. So you all turn and look at the diner. And you see a pair of eyes glinting in the light from whoever is shining a flashlight in that direction. Which, when you all turn and look, just sink below the level of the window.
Like slowly or
Yeah,
quickly?
just like
like
and
like
vanish.
just
Okay, so
Maybe it's a person.
should we leave? Should we run? I mean, we still have the skates, but what's going on with the rain?
I mean, like I said, maybe
very
it's a person. There might be somebody hiding in there.
It's getting very slick outside now, by the way.
Oh, I mean, it could be better for skating. We could skate faster. Oh, we could slingshot each other down the road, like they do in the skating rink.
this is going to be a delightful disaster.
I mean, it does
Roller
seem
skates.
to be something
Molly-
good for the bearings, for sure.
I mean, where
Molly's
else?
gonna head towards the diner window to see if she can peer inside.
Oh no.
Okay, Molly, while they're discussing the merits of roller skating and oil, you
Tapping.
just walk over. You got Jinxie with you. You got your lighter and your can of hairspray and a knife now. Walk over to the diner, shine a light inside, look around. You don't,
Hello.
and you hear a very contented and happy, like, kind of chirp come from Jinxie in the backpack. As you see a creature about the size of a small dog with 8 tentacles just drag itself around the counter in the diner.
Oh no, not good, not good. Walking backwards.
Okay.
Or skating backwards, yeah.
So you start moonwalking yourself back towards the car as you suddenly forget what made you so concerned.
Hey,
Everything okay, Molly?
what did you see?
So what's our next move?
We got to get out of
you
here.
You were looking in the window to see.
You didn't see anything in the diner.
I was considering just heading out west.
That's a
How
good plan.
far west? Oh, how about to the ocean and get a boat? They always do those in like movies and stuff. When bad things happen, you get a boat and you get in the ocean, and then
But
the zombies
didn't they
can't get
find
you.
an
Okay.
island
Did-
and then the island was covered in zombies as soon as they parked on the island?
All
And
right,
then you have to like
so
have a scout and then just go to a different island. There's got to be a
Yeah.
zombieless island.
hang on. So if we're going ocean, why wouldn't we go east instead of clear across the country west?
Well, that's
I
what I
was-
was talking about. Don't go west, go towards water east.
Right. Okay. I was
Boats
thinking
are a
maybe
lot of work.
Midwest.
Boats are a lot of work. Like you have to.
Okay.
You have to. I've watched movies, right? Well, until a few days ago, my my Netflix stopped working. Like you got someone's got to man the jib or something. You've got to have someone who's raising and lowering sails.
This is a
I
good
watch a lot of
conversation.
pirate
but
Can
there's,
we
like,
just, like,
oil in my
not
eye, and
do-
can we go inside or something? Because this is not.
Okay, we can't go to water because if we go to, I've got a small thing about water. I don't really like it, and I can't swim, so I'd much rather stay on land.
But again, can we have this
Please?
conversation inside?
You're-
Sure,
yeah,
yeah.
you're
Let's
just-
go
Yeah,
in the diner.
Of course.
All
Gross.
a light coating of oil now.
Yeah, I'm getting a little greasy
I
here.
need a.
Well, bright side, it's good for your skin if you wash it off after.
Well,
The
the
water
fortunate
isn't
part
working.
is I'm very hydrodynamic,
I mean, we.
aerodynamic.
Yeah, we could
But not
probably.
oleodynamic.
I am
I'm-
dynamic.
As this is going on, I'm just gonna
Hi,
skate my way
Priscilla.
into the front door and look for some napkins to wipe the oil
Okay.
off me.
I
You
will
skate
follow
up to the diner,
Clara.
and the diner is unlocked, and you roll yourself inside. Molly, when you get back up to the diner, Jinky, the cat just starts purring again. He's very excited. He's very happy to be at the diner. Seems like. Also, I'm sorry, April.
I'm sorry, are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm fine. It was just so funny. I'm good. I'm
Yeah.
good. We're okay.
So, Molly and Clara, you are in the diner. Clara, you pull some napkins out of one of those like metal boxes.
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna
start
take,
wiping oil off of you.
I'm gonna take the backpack off and sit it down so I can see Jinx. It's like
Just kind of
kitty, kitty.
sitting up, looking out the window, purring, looks very content and happy. Just meow,
kitty, kitty, kitty.
meow.
Oh, I'm so glad we're in
Aw.
from the rain. Oil? What the hell's going on?
Yeah, I think I want to wash this off. This is gross. Mm.
I'm just gonna say that that's what happens when we pollute the oceans and decide that it's a good idea to drill.
Okay.
Okay,
I
I'm
like
pretty
the
sure this isn't
environmentalism. I love
fracking.
it. I really do. Like my whole yard is about it. But there's no sky right now. I think the pollution is
sure
our
to-
low priority.
Where's the oil coming
Dab
from?
at the oil. Don't wipe because you'll just move it around everywhere.
Oh
Just
God,
dab.
you're right. I can't. Oh,
Yeah.
oh God.
Well, you asked where the oil was coming from. Maybe it, with how do you get rain? You have, evaporated water. So maybe it's the oil that's now going into the sky and it's coming right back
And-
down
Does
on
oil
us.
Oil evaporate?
And
I don't
you
know.
hear from somewhere else in the diner, does oil evaporate?
Hello?
That wasn't me.
Is there somebody else here?
Is there somebody else here?
Oh, I don't
Show
like
yourself.
that.
That wasn't me.
Hello.
Hello?
Hey, wait. Wasn't there eyes once?
Yeah,
But
there
you
were
said there
eyes
was
in the
nothing in
window.
here.
Did you not see? You said you didn't see anything.
I'm gonna walk towards the
Well,
noise.
Okay. So you walk,
I
Did
will.
I?
start walking behind the counter.
Oh,
of
sorry,
the diner.
skating.
Skating,
towards the
rolling.
noise.
I
You
will
start
skate
rolling.
with her.
Okay. The two of you skate
They're
behind
the
the
worst.
counter, and in the beams of your flashlights as you move back there, you see a squid-like creature with tentacles.
What in the fuck abomination is this shit?
What is it?
That doesn't belong here. I'm gonna just try to skate right up to it.
You just
I'm
gotta-
gonna
No,
start-
you don't belong here. Here, I'm gonna
Grabbing
try,
Jinx
like,
and putting the backpack back on.
try to like
I'm a
very
menacingly
carefully
skate.
try to very carefully pick it up. No, because
Oh, I should have specified it's the size of a dog.
hey,
Don't touch it.
octopus, what are you doing? You're not supposed to. Do you need? Where
And
are
as
you
you
supposed?
skate up to it, a tentacle whips up and wraps around your leg
Oh no,
and starts
no,
pulling
I'm not.
you toward
I'm
it.
gonna start hitting with the
No,
pipe.
no.
Okay.
I grabbed the backpack and put it back on my back.
I just start hitting.
So Clara, why don't you give me a roll to see if you successfully
Oh.
smack
but
it
I'm
with-
strong.
Yep, you are. So let's make
How
sure
many-
you don't miss.
5 dice.
Oh
Oh no.
break my ankle.
Don't say that. Don't give him ideas. You've given him enough. It's over.
Oh, well, what we got?
2, 3, 2, 2.
Oh, well.
Oh, and a 4.
So you swing the pipe down, just connecting with Jax's shin. As you swing at the tentacle and it slithers and twists out of the way at the last second, shattering Jax's lower leg.
Love that for me.
Skated off.
Just
And our scene ends.
Oh no, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's not my real leg.
Okay, Jax's fake leg.
And we are actually
actual
starting
legs.
with Jax, so the world is dark and...
The world is dark, and the leg that she just hit is actually a prosthetic. And it's made of metal.
Oh, okay. So it's like one of those like metal bars with like the
It's
fake leg on the outside that
Yeah,
matches
it's
with
like,
rope.
You know
now.
that
Perfect.
that model who has like the decorative, like then they're made of like steel.
Mhm.
That.
Perfect. Okay. Jesse, the world is dark.
They. Oh man, the world is dark, and they feed off of fear. They can smell it and will start crowding around it.
No.
Molly.
I like you guys, but the world is dark and it's getting harder to breathe.
Yeah, all that oil in the air.
It's just a giant deep fryer.
Clara?
I was gonna say it was getting humid, but now it's just oil, so there's not humid. The world is dark, and as we saw from the tentacles, they're spined.
Ooh.
But we don't remember that.
Well, I'm still looking at it
All right.
for now.
The world is dark, and they are starting to... They are capable of shapeshifting. Okay. So, we'll pick up from... Clara, you swing the pipe down, connecting with Jax's leg. You see splinters of what you think is bone come off. You start to panic. Jax, how do you react?
Hey, shit! Is it like stuck?
No, yeah, the pipe went through the like plastic like fake leg part of your leg and just bounced off of the metal, the steel rod.
Shit! I'm gonna have to get that fixed later.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh my god. Oh my god. Can you walk it out, skate it off? I don't know. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
Get us
no.
to TIG welder. I'll fix it for you.
Oh no,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Sorry,
just
sorry.
to clarify, Jesse and Molly, you don't know what's happened yet.
Oh, that's right.
All
we're
of you,
not.
none of you knew Jax had a fake leg.
I just lift up my pant leg and I'm like, no, it's fine. It doesn't. It's not.
What
Wait,
the fuck's going
Why
on?
did I just? I'm so sorry for swinging at you. I
Hey,
don't
let's take care of the
remember-
thing first.
Why I was
What?
What thing?
saying.
What?
I'm so sorry
Right.
for swinging.
Wait,
at you.
why
That
did
was-
you swing at me?
I don't. Did you have I must have been like a bug. I'm so sorry.
It's a big fucking bug.
I don't know why I did that.
Molly's
we
gonna
should
lean
go.
over to Jesse and she's just gonna go, so do you think Clara has some kind of vendetta against Jax right now? Because that was kind of rude.
Yeah, it's kind of wild. On another note, are you craving an omelet right now? They make
Yeah.
the best Denver omelets here.
Um,
I'm more of a garden vegetable, but that's cool.
a question.
Yeah.
A
okay.
question. Is there like a moisture trail leading from where the
Like a slime
Well,
trail.
we can't set
It's
that
hard
up
to
until this is
it's
over,
hard to
okay?
tell because there's just oil everywhere dripping off
It's-
of all of you now.
It's a diner. There's a lot of slimy trails around. It's like a Waffle House up in here.
I was thinking one that's still moist.
That's important.
But yeah,
If
Waffle
this is a
House.
Waffle
or-
House. I live in
yeah.
Atlanta. We are safe.
Well, no, if it's a Waffle House and it's not open, that means that we are really fucked.
You were fucked.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I just give up on life at that point.
The Waffle
Like,
Houses still operate in the darkness.
The Waffle House emergency system isn't working.
Okay.
Y'all want chicken and waffles or
I
what?
have been to a Waffle House in Atlanta with no power, and they had a generator, and they were cooking up waffles.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
FEMA modeled its emergency response system after Waffle House. That's a real true story.
But going along the same
In character,
lines,
by the way, we're just talking about Waffle House in character.
Yeah, I know.
y'all,
I'm aware.
y'all probably still had slime trails all over there. So let's be honest.
Yeah.
Should we be going somewhere? Should we leave?
Did
Is anybody else having a
You when
get
Molly says that,
stuffy?
you notice, yeah, it's getting very. It's like when it gets really humid out and it's hard to breathe. It's hard to catch your breath. Your breathing is a little shallower.
Go outside.
Yeah, I think there's something probably just went off in the freezers or something.
Or like maybe the gas lines are
I
broken.
need some fresh air.
You make
Fresh
your way
oil?
outside into the pouring
Making my way
Oil storm.
outside, walking fast,
No, skating fast.
skating
damn it.
fast.
skating fast,
Rolling.
Rolling.
oil everywhere.
No, we need to leave. This
yeah.
is not safe here.
And you see something coming out of the lake next to the diner.
Nope.
Oh, I don't like that. Don't like that at all.
Tentacles pulling some amorphous blobbish form that you can't quite make out from this distance
Is it
toward
the
you.
Molly is going the opposite
should run.
direction.
Yeah, I am following
Yeah.
Molly.
And
I think it's time to roll away.
Yeah, out of character, I'll tell you, octopuses scare the crap out of me. So,
Oh
I'm gonna keep rolling away from that.
no.
okay.
We are rolling away.
So you all turn and start rolling away from the diner
Very quickly.
very quickly,
As quickly as our
forgetting
roller skates will take us.
very quickly forgetting why you were moving so frantically.
Why are we running or skating so fast? It's not safe in this oil rain.
I don't
It's
know.
not just it's making it like you can't breathe. We should slow down. Can we slow down just a little bit, please?
Should we find shelter
Yeah.
until after the
Winded.
rain stops?
Yeah. Yeah, I
Like,
think that's
maybe.
a
where's
good.
there's the theater.
There is the theater
Yeah.
downtown. You are nearby.
Yeah, we could go
Yeah.
hide out in the theater. There's costumes there too, so we could change.
Just
Out of
gonna
the-
tap on the bag. Jinxie, are you okay back there?
Meow.
Okay.
You hear a
making
contented
sure.
meow.
We found a plastic sheet in the diner and put it over the cat, so he didn't get oily.
But he was in the backpack.
He's in
But
the
yeah, so the
backpack.
backpack doesn't get oily because it has the holes in
Yeah,
it.
'cause it has
Mhm.
just a
Excellent.
little pool of oil in the bottom.
The cat just like stepping around it. Okay, so you roll your way down and you see the theater. Someone roll to see if you can get in the front door easily.
I'll give it a shot. Oh no.
I could-
1-1 and no successes.
Well, Jax, you still have a vice you can burn. Reroll that 1-1.
I would like to roll my vice because I'm very annoyed at this. I'm very angry. And I'd like to just rage out on the door.
Okay, you
Do
just
it.
rage out on the door. Give me a reroll that one die.
Well, it's a 2.
Okay. Well, as our scene ends again, Jax just starts pounding on the door trying to get in. And
It's-
we'll establish some new truths about the world, I guess. As our 5th candle goes out.
Oh no.
We're doing great, guys.
So the world is dark, and Jax, you're first.
The world is dark and they can behave cooperatively to make larger shapes.
Oh.
Oh,
Where's Kurt Russell? We need him.
We are making the worst movie monster.
I am very excited about where I can go.
He's
with
out
that
fighting
because-
people around the world with his tugboat.
Because you just referenced my second favorite horror movie. Okay, so Jesse, it's your turn.
The world is dark, and they cannot stand the sight of human blood.
Ooh.
Okay. Interesting. Molly.
The world is dark, and while we're near the theater, swear that sounds like a movie playing.
But it's chilly.
It's just one of them reciting an entire film.
Just up there
Oh man,
going,
we're totally staying for that.
just vibing.
Grown-ups? Oh!
Clara.
The world is dark, and they have the ability to draw water out of the air and us. So, like, if they grab you with the tentacles, they can pull the water out of you. That's why blood doesn't matter to them.
How dare you sweep the leg?
If we're gonna die, we're gonna die horribly.
We're gonna
Don't
die.
you go Cobra Kai on me.
This is going into 80s horror movie territory. It's great.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was either that or we find a semi truck that works. Look, my brain's
Just a little horse and buggy.
direction.
Oh, yes.
I mean, hey.
There's a ranch.
We find mini horses.
So, you are outside a movie theater. Jax is pounding on the door, but Molly, you think you can hear a film playing inside? In between the sounds of the storm and Jax raging out. It sounds like you're not quite sure what movie it is. Something older.
Does that sound like The Blob? Is that the Blob play?
Oh, I love that movie. Jax, move. I'm gonna shoulder check the door and like try to strong us in. Strong arm
You're
us in.
strong.
Yeah.
You're strong.
Give me a roll.
Come on, guys, now.
End the scene. End the scene.
I said I needed to stop talking. I should have stuck to that. Okay, 4 dice. I'm real strong. I'm real strong dice.
I love that face. That
2
face
of
is
them
great.
equal a 6 if I add them together.
Do you have any ones?
No, 3, 3, 2, 2.
So,
Please tell me you have a
so when
license
somebody
or two.
else uses it,
I'm
can I
strong
use?
though.
Can I use one of my virtues
So you
to help them?
So the problem with the virtues is you can only use them to reroll ones.
Okay.
Ah. Did we just end this scene?
Yeah, we just ended the scene.
As the fourth candle just sputters out moments after the fifth one does.
This has been fun, guys.
This has been honestly one of my favorite games I have ever played. This is fantastic.
Like, okay, you guys gotta stop failing. I don't know how to kill you yet.
He's like, I want to kill you. Stop it.
We're failing too fast for him to kill us.
You have failed so many rolls to open doors this game. I'm just.
It's called failing upward.
Yep. All right.
That's
so
right.
The world is
We are the big bad.
also at this rate. This game isn't even going to be 3 hours long.
Cool.
Okay.
I got this.
The world is dark, and they are taking pity on you. They're like, why?
What is wrong with these
What?
four?
Oh my. Yep. They're just kind of like, okay, all right. No. They are amused by your antics. They're gonna see how long this charade can continue.
I
Jax.
told you we're in the Truman
The
Show.
world is dark, and the missing survivors are in the movie theater.
Okay, and Jesse.
The world is dark, and their true form looks like Ludo from Labyrinth.
But you'll never remember that.
Yep. All right. So the world is dark. They are amused by your antics. The missing survivors are in the theater, and their true form looks like Ludo. So
Nothing would terrify me or please me more.
Clara, you shoulder check the door with all your strength, but it appears to maybe it's barred from the other side. You just cannot get in. When Jesse, you notice there's candlelight coming from one of the windows. Like maybe there's some lanterns or light coming from inside.
All right. I'm gonna.
Did anybody try to just open the door before, you know?
I mean,
Just
that
us.
why would we try that?
I mean,
Yeah, it
Molly's
seemed
gonna walk over
barred.
and try to
It's a
just
pull, not a
open it.
push.
Yep.
yeah. Just
Molly
try to open it.
Yep. Molly just pulls the door open.
You're so
Was that
strong,
it?
Molly. You're so strong.
What can I say? I
I-
know arson and you know, I'm strong.
You know, arson indoors. You are the best person ever. Guess we skate inside.
Yeah, and as you skate
Yeah.
inside, you see there's candles lit, kind of lighting the way, and you hear the Blob playing from inside the theater up ahead of you, which has open doors.
Is it actually just a community theater reproduction of the Blob?
No, it's a film. It's the film version.
It's the
Don't-
remake.
Don't you put that horror on us. Don't you put that horror on us.
We just lay down and give up.
And
It's a theater production? All right.
Where are they? Come on, them.
as you skate in, you can see it looks like there's people sitting in the theater.
Oh, I hate this. I'm gonna skate up to the chairs. Mr. Jasper?
Yeah, you see Mr. Jasper sitting there, still facing the screen.
Did we just miss like an invitation or something?
And as you turn and look at him, he doesn't have a face anymore.
Wait, he doesn't have a
wait,
face like it's just muscle, or he doesn't have a face like it's just blank skin.
More like there's just a hole in his skull where something
wow,
is
worse.
punched through his face.
Awesome. Love that for
Oh,
me.
my God.
Love that.
He needs that.
He needs that?
Well, technically he needed that.
If we
Your
check,
wife left you hole in the face.
are the other people like that as well?
As you start looking, you find all of the missing townsfolk who you saw, or did no longer saw, rather, over the last 10 days, all in the same state, as if something crushed their face in.
Y'all, we gotta
We need
leave.
to go.
We need to go.
And as you say that,
Oh.
the doors behind you to the theater swing shut.
I gave them
The
Oh, no, no, no,
emergency
no.
exit.
No.
There's an emergency
Okay.
exit.
I'm gonna push against the emergency exit.
And
Anything?
the door opens. And you are in a
Okay.
hallway in the back of the theater. Now this is an older theater. It is designed for like the screen can go up and there could be a stage play here. So there's rigging and lighting stuff, controls for all of that. There's backstage space, there's dressing rooms. So but you're in a hallway that leads back to all of
Quick question. What was the rule about brinks again?
that. If you can reveal your brink, so if you've burned both your virtue and your vice, which you are the only person who has, you can use your brink to re-roll.
I'm
an
gonna
en-
use the mechanics.
We can see who's rolled all the ones.
Yeah. So next time you fail a roll, you can reveal your brink to everyone and completely re-roll that. But
Okay,
you
got
reveal
it.
it in character.
Got it. Okay. Okay. So the door opens.
Yep,
Door opens
the
at
door
one side, then
swings-
he opens the door at the other
The
side.
door behind you swung shut to the theater. And then Jesse immediately ran to where one of the emergency exit doors is and pushed it open, and it leads to a hallway that leads to backstage. And as you open that door, you notice that you can hear somewhere in the theater someone repeating the lines to the film back about 3 seconds after they're said.
Hate that.
In
Hate that.
perfectly matching the voices of the actors,
Hate that so
including
much.
the sound effects.
Man, I
You
hate
hear
when
that?
people do that. I just start
Guys.
skating down that hallway looking for an exit door. And other
Guys, they got Michael Winslow.
Oh,
I'm gonna head towards the voice.
Okay,
I-
so Molly's
swear,
gonna start
somebody's
looking.
alive.
Yep, Molly starts going through looking for a living person in the theater, and Molly, you kind of skate down one of the aisles, and you see a dog sitting there, and as the movie's going, its mouth is moving, and you hear the lines from the movie in perfect.
That's a really neat trick.
And as you say that, the dog turns its head a full 180 and looks at you and says in your voice, "That's a really neat trick."
Hate that.
Find your soulmate, Muller.
Oh, kill it with fire, someone.
You're the one with the fire.
I have the Molotovs. I have the Molotovs. Did you say
I
that
have
loud
the
enough for us to
hairspray.
hear?
Do you just open up with the hairspray?
Yes.
All right.
Oh, no.
Molly, why don't you roll to see if you hit it? You got 3 dice.
Oh, go Molly.
you know, Arson, you're so good at this. I believe in you.
Do the dice believe in her? Oh no. Oh no.
I'm going to use my I want to use my virtue of being fearless.
And re-roll those ones that you just rolled.
Yes.
Go for
Gonna
it.
do that.
Go for it.
Can I use my advice too?
Mm-hmm.
Because that was another one.
Yeah, go for it.
Shit.
You're blood shy. You
There's a lot
as
of
you
blood on
notice, there's blood seeping from the holes in the faces that just makes you panic and start spraying fire everywhere.
Gonna hit that again. Come on. I didn't get a 1, but I got a 5. So I failed.
Well, you have now used both your virtue and your vice. If you would like to reveal your brink, you can re-roll your entire roll.
I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
Yeah!
Meanwhile, you have now lit all of the chairs near you on fire. Continue.
Yep. So my brink is that I burnt down the home of a friend with them inside, believing that it would keep them from me.
Well then, Molly.
I'm not surprised.
I know arson.
You played that so well, and I love it so much.
So Molly just yells out, I didn't burn down so-and-so's home just to let them take me here. And go ahead and re-roll.
All right. Come
Go,
on.
Molly, go. Go, Molly, go.
I believe in you.
I got a 6 and a 1.
There we go.
Woo!
That's
What?
great.
I got a 6 and 1, and then the other one was another 5.
So much like in the thing where Kurt Russell has the flamethrower and it's not working, you're just like, and all of a sudden a burst of flame hits this dog creature in the full force in the face. It lets out this god-awful screeching noise and shifts. You see tentacles come out. You see like the head elongate and grow as it boils over the chairs in front of it through the screen backstage, leaving
bad dog,
a wake
shit.
of fire in its, or a path of fire in its wake. Words.
From the oil.
We're oiled.
And I
The
am
trail of
heading
oil we've left
in the
everywhere.
direction heading in the direction as to them now.
Oh, yep. Well, the theater is half on fire now, by the way.
Yeah.
As the sprinkler system,
We need to get out.
As the sprinkler system kicks on.
Oh, fuck. Oh,
Wait,
fuck.
hold on. There is no power.
Old sprinkler systems
No,
didn't rely on it.
They don't rely on
the
power.
Old ones, they have a little like flammable thingamajig that just, and then
And then water pressure.
That's
Yeah, no, I get it.
actually true in all of them. Construction guy here.
Yeah,
I'm going to
'cause
tell
they
you,
need
it
to-
doesn't matter.
They need to work
I
even
am
if the building
still
doesn't have
running at
power.
full roller speed.
Rolling at
yeah,
full speed.
we're gonna roller derby out of here.
Back outside completely.
Yeah.
I was gonna go down that hallway that he opened up.
Okay, so you're gonna go down the hallway towards backstage.
Yeah.
Wait,
okay.
isn't that the only way we can go?
You haven't checked?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're in a hurry. I'm going down that hallway.
Okay. So you start rollerblading down that hallway. And the sprinkler system starts putting the fire out, thankfully. And as you get back there, you see the charred mess of this creature that's like part dog limbs, part tentacles that seem to have been previously on fire. You're not sure because you don't remember it happening. As the water puts it out, and it turns and it starts to grow bigger, and it's currently about the size of all of you.
Oh, don't like
Oh,
that.
shit.
Let's
Molly,
go
light me.
Let's go faster.
Light me.
again.
So,
Or yeah, okay, I might light the Molotov.
so you light one of the Molotovs on fire. Luckily, the alcohol will make that burn regardless of the sprinkler system going off.
And I'm gonna throw a Molotov at the thing.
Cool, roll. You have 2
Oh,
dice.
fuck.
Molly rolls it.
2 and 3. Oh wait, no, I can use my break.
Yes, you can.
I did not trade Sarah to you just to die like this. 2 3s.
Well,
Really? I made that emotional.
you did.
Who's Sarah?
Fuck you. Not you, the dice.
Well, as the scene ends, we've revealed that Molly killed multiple members of this ragtag crew have killed friends to
Y'all
try to
are
escape
sick.
them. And our third candle goes out. Sorry, I'm just erasing Jax's brink here from my list. And we enter the truth-telling phase, which I believe, hold on, let me double check. We ended with Jesse, so Molly.
The world is dark, and the world is dark, and the combination of the creature growing, add the Molotov cocktail, it broke out a window so that we can get out.
Okay, and Clara.
I was gonna make it so there's no exit.
Well, you could
The window has bars.
You could say
Technically,
that.
though, I did say it's next, like the creature broke
Yeah.
it out. So
Yeah.
we gotta get through. Yeah.
Got to get past the creature to get out.
The
Also,
world-
I got to point out, Jax did not hit it with the Molotov.
I realized that. The world is dark. Oh fuck. And the fire isn't going out.
Just like the sprinkler system is not putting the fire out.
Yeah, the fire like behind us is not going out. There is no going back.
Okay.
It's getting worse.
All right. So the world is dark. Jax missed, and the flames that leapt up from that Molotov broke a nearby window. But the sprinkler system doesn't seem to be putting the fires out as they grow stronger, and it gets hotter.
That oil.
Neither you nor the creatures are very excited about that fact. So,
And the flames just keep on rising.
what next?
I'm gonna try and throw another Molotov. Actually,
Actually, no, you're not. Someone else.
Clara,
is gonna throw
are you a better throw than I am? Did you play like softball or something?
I'm real strong.
can you throw a Molotov
I have a better
at
idea.
this thing?
I have a better idea. This is really stupid. Molly, let me see your lighter.
Here.
Just
I'm going to
sensitive.
like. Oh, fuck. I'm gonna take one of the Molotovs and light it on fire, drop it in the cart, and throw the cart at him.
Okay.
Oh, this
Yeah,
is
no,
great.
I was gonna say all the Molotovs was the better
All
idea.
I am using the 5 remain. Oh, sorry. I'll let Jess show up. And I'll repeat that for Jess.
Please.
So Jax hands me a Molotov. Molly hands me the lighter. I light the Molotov on fire. I drop it into the cart full of Molotovs, and I just toss the cart at the thing. Full of
It's like a
Molotovs.
confetti cannon of Molotov cocktails.
This Molotov cocktails everywhere.
All the cat food and all the Molotovs going straight at this creature.
Yeah, all the cat food, all the
Wait.
Molotovs.
So are we gonna die by fire or monster or
Why don't you give me a roll, Clara?
suffocation?
Let's find out what happens.
I believe in you. I believe in you. I believe
I
in
have
you.
all of my stuff
Do
still.
it. Come on.
2 dice.
I failed.
Okay.
There's no ones,
Oh,
but there's I can't do anything.
no.
Wait, you are very strong.
I'm very strong.
But you didn't roll any ones.
I rolled a 1.
Oh, that's
I
right.
lied.
Oh,
That
you-
too was a 1.
Wait. But if it's a 1, you can spend a virtue advice to re-roll it.
I know, but I didn't roll a 1. Now I'm just trying to
Oh.
lie my way out of it.
Oh, okay.
I'm just really
There's
bad
no-
at it, which is why I'm telling you I'm a liar.
See, I would have let you get away with it, but you admitted it.
Damn it!
How dare you be so honest?
So Clara drops the Molotov into the cart and goes to push the cart towards it. But as you drop it, it hits one of the cans and it explodes in front of you,
Oh,
Burning
God.
cat food and
lighting all of you on fire.
Oh,
Oh, I don't like.
And
Run,
our-
Jinxie!
and our-
Save yourself!
Just yeet the backpack.
Wait. But we did see that the thing was scared of fire, right?
You did. And it is still in front of you, so you still remember that fact. And as our scene ends, and we go to our last candle.
You can't kill us if I kill us first.
No. I'm gonna give. So technically, by the way the order lined up, I have the last truth, but I'm not gonna do that. So
Do it!
one of you can pick it. One of you.
I have
pick
an
first.
idea.
Go for it,
I
Jax.
have an idea.
Go for it.
Oh wait, do it.
Go for it, Jax.
For someone with a fake leg, I'm a surprisingly fast person.
I'm just saying, Jax is very agile. Go for
Jax is fast.
it.
I'm
I
gonna
was-
run at the. Oh, sorry.
No, go for it.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna run at this thing and hug it with fire.
Okay. So so we're gonna roll right back into the scene. I'm not gonna make you roll for that. Clara drops the Molotov into the grocery cart, but it catches the corner of one of the cans of cat food and just explodes, igniting all 5 of them, bursting into flames, flaming hot cat food pelting out at all of you, and
It
Jax
smells awful.
covered in so the convenient part about the oil is that the oil is burning first, so you're not actually on fire yet, you're just coated in fire, and you just
I'm
go
like a stunt person.
charging forward and throw yourself at this creature, which recoils in fear and smashes its way out the back wall of the theater, taking you with it.
I'm holding on. I'm doing everything I can to hold on. I don't care if I die. I'm just taking this thing out.
And Jax, and much like Gandalf in the Balrog, Jax and this creature go falling out the back of this theater with the 3 of you. What are you going to try to do?
Into the oil rain.
Into the oil rain, yes. I
Oh my
wasn't even going to touch that
God.
yet. What do the 3 of you do? You could potentially put yourselves out. Or try to.
Could I? I was epicenter of the blast.
You are not feeling good right now. No.
I'm probably
No.
going to panic and just start flailing and running. towards the
Okay.
door.
Then
I'm gonna stop,
I
drop, and roll.
Okay, so
I get rid of the backpack of Jax. Like,
Okay.
just save yourself, Jinx.
Jinxie goes tumbling away in the backpack. when the backpack lands, it splits open and Jinxie bolts out into the night, never to be seen again. By you, anyway. Jesse stop, drops, and roll. Clara panics and goes charging towards the nearest water source, which happens to be the oil rain.
Yeah, I forgot it's oil rain. Actually, April also forgot that for a second.
And Molly, what do you do after throwing the backpack?
Jesse is stop, drop, and roll. Throw the backpack, and then I'm gonna try to put myself out too.
Okay.
Mimicking Jesse.
Okay, you're just gonna also stop, drop, and roll. So you two are rolling around on the ground. It's helping, but it's not, because for some reason the flames just won't go out. I don't know who made that decision. Clara.
No, you can't do that to me.
Who put the oil on us?
Clara, you go charging out into the oil rain, which makes the fire worse, but you do see the crumpled form of Jax laying on the ground near the creature, which is still moving.
If it's still moving, I'm just like scream and throwing myself onto it.
Okay. And we end our game with all of you on fire, burning to death. In what is perhaps the most chaotic session of 10 Candles I have ever run. Thank you.
Yay!
I don't even know what to say about that. That was amazing. Thank you.
They didn't get us, we got us.
Yeah, yep.
I would like to. My headcanon is, at some point, Molly would have just taken the meditation position on the floor.
It's just on fire.
You go home and like smoke comes out of your mouth.
Yeah.
It's like a smoke ring.
God.
Straight up, this is flashbacks to my weld test.
So
I'm very concerned about your weld test.
yeah, me too. Oh no.
I passed.
Okay,
I
I
mean,
know.
Some fantastically terrible.
I know people who do welding, and that's not comforting.
We live in fire, that's for sure.
Yes, you do. All right, so I want to first thank everyone who tuned in for this game. I hope you enjoyed learning the most chaotic version of 10 Candles you could possibly play. And I want to thank my fantastic players for that. Was amazing. That was a good laugh. That was good. That was really good. We still have two unknown brinks, Jesse and Clara. Do you want to tell us what your dark secrets were for this game?
Yeah,
You want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
I'll let you go first.
So mine, like Molly and Jax, I sacrificed a friend so I could survive. I locked them out of my house.
You're welcome.
Well, I was trying to find my brother, even though I saw my brother taken by them. So I had an idea what they were all along, but couldn't remember what they looked like at all.
Well then.
I'm sorry about doing that to you.
All I remember was the children's laughter.
Yeah, I never even got that far because they didn't really start attacking you. They were just taunting
yeah.
you, and then you were just like, "Nope, fire everywhere."
So what? Can we hear their children's laughter sound they make?
It's just when they caught fire, there was like that thing where like a VHS tape gets ruined and it starts distorting the children's laughter.
Yeah, basically, it's like, yeah.
We win.
I love how my brink ended up coming into play so beautifully with the.
Oh my god, you played into that so hard. It was
You're like,
so.
I know arson. Let's not talk about
makes
why.
sense now, but like earlier, we're like, oh, what?
Yeah, we were okay.
No arson. Cool.
Fantastic.
That was so much fun. Thank you so much, Ian.
Yes.
Holy
Bring
cow.
up
Love
with
it.
us.
Thank you.
Way to
Ian,
roll
for
with it.
That was fantastic.
I could take 0 credit. This game is so easy to run, but I'm glad you all had fun. Let's circle back around briefly. I had to pull up my screen. Starting with Samantha again. Tell us tell everyone who you are, where they can find you online, if you have anything cool coming up you want to
Yeah.
promote.
Samantha McLarty, and I played Molly Burke, and
arsonist.
the arsonist. That was fantastic. And I play Elena Cortez La Sombra on Vancouver Adjacent by Night. I'm in the process of working on several different projects with Martlet Games. And recently I did a Murder on Music Row. I played a Ravnos, and that was a lot of fun. And then I was also on a kind of tabletop theater thing. I did a women in gaming panel,
Which was
with,
fantastic, by the
Ellie
way.
and
Nice.
Redhead Vixen. She got to host that one. Really enjoyed that one a lot. And you can find me at pretty much all the socials at Just S McLarty. And if you can remember that, I have a link tree with the same, just S McLarty. That's it.
Which
Literally JUST.
and next we'll go with Jesse.
So this time I was playing Jesse Oakley. Most people know me as Casper, Nate Casper, whatever you want to call me. I am fairly regular on D&D one-shots on twitch.tv/Thomas Winkley. Pretty much if you want to see what I'm doing or what's going on, follow me at Casper1238 on Twitter. That's typically where I post everything. So
Excellent. And Emily.
Yeah, so I am on ATL. I'm the host of ATL by Night's Blood Bonding. I am also going to be back here on Gehenna Gaming for I think it's the Mystery of the Coffin.
Legend of the Scarlet Coffin.
Legend of the Scarlet Coffin. The Vampire the Masquerade Cowboys and Cowgirls game, where I will be playing a Malkavian.
oh yeah.
Oh yeah. And you can find me at my handle, formerly known as M. It is a similar one here on Twitch. It's formerly known as Emily, where I read twice a week. It's literally just me reading. It's like an audiobook, but live. It's very calm.
Excellent. And last but not least, April.
Hey everyone, I'm April. You can find me everywhere at April Raygun. I am the second brain cell of Slady's ATL, a streaming group created for marginalized gamers and game runners. We're centered in Atlanta. Whoo! Words are really hard tonight.
Gate City.
And you can usually find me there Friday nights playing Magic or Gold D&D, where I play a scribe wizard who does not use any of her powers for good. I'm also part of North by Northwest, a podcast campaign where I play a wild magic barbarian raccoon. I love ending with the raccoon because then everyone's faces change. And then we're on break, but season 2 of Cyberpunk Sonata is going to come back, where I'm going to re up my role as Boot, the techie. So, and make sure to check out and follow Slady's ATL because we're going to do some really cool things with some of our friends real soon. And I think some of the people here might be involved in that for a good cause, for charity. So definitely check out Slady's ATL. So
absolutely.
Thank you.
And I have been and continue to be Ian E. Muller, co-founder, VP of Strategy for Gehenna Gaming. This was 10 Candles. It is one of my favorite games to run. I very much enjoy teaching new people this game, playing it with friends, playing it with fellow game masters and storytellers, because it's just you can go really dark with it, or you can have a game like this. It goes both ways. It goes both directions, and sometimes in the same session.
Parts to go real dark.
Like I said, it's sometimes in the same session. So, but no, we have a lot of really cool stuff coming up in the very near future. Let me pull up my list because there was a lot and I had to write it down.
Woo! Give us that list.
Where was it?
Roll that tasty bean footage.
There it is. Okay, so
that tasty game footage.
That tasty Soylent.
It's people.
So coming up,
Only the green.
our Monster Hearts 2 actual play series just Gehenna Valley just ended. I want to thank the cast from that, but we have another Monster Hearts 2 series coming up on Mondays very soon. Gehenna Academy, being run by our very own Nick Francia. That's going to be a more adult horror-focused version of Monster Hearts, similar to the Mantra two-shot we did recently on Thursdays. Maybe not as dark as Mantra was, because Nick doesn't have me playing a cult leader anymore, but we'll see. This Tuesday is the return of our Fireside Chat series, where we just talk about topics in the TTRPG sphere, or the horror sphere, depending on what we feel like talking about. And I happen to be on break from ATL this Tuesday, so we'll be back with that, chatting about those fun things. And oh no, our cameras just changed. Give me
I'm sorry.
1 second.
At least it waited till the end.
It did. You know what? I'm not even going to worry about it because we're still all on screen. We're just in different boxes. So my name is now, who am I? Who am I pretending to be? I am now
Jax is
April.
the
I'm
DM
you.
You're
I'm
Clara.
you.
I'm now
Jax, keep it going. Keep it going.
Jesse.
Going.
All right.
What do you got?
So more fire.
More fire.
Or fire.
We're on break this Wednesday from our normal Cult series, so we don't have any Cult Divinity Lost content on Wednesday, but we will be back the following Wednesday with some new stuff, so don't miss that. This Thursday, our Bluebeard's Bride miniseries is starting, so we have David Castro coming in to run a fantastic, I believe, 3 episode series, but I'm not positive on that. It might be longer, of Bluebeard's Bride, which is a great, it's called Feminine Horror. It's a very interesting game. If you haven't heard of it, it follows the myth of Bluebeard. I highly recommend it. I have the book. The artwork in it is worth buying the book alone. It's gorgeous. So check that out. We have another Saturday Night One Shot coming up next Saturday, which we'll announce later this week. And then if you've been paying attention to our Twitter, we made a few great announcements recently, which Emily hinted at earlier. We have the V5 Western series being run by Ellie Collins of ATL by Night. That is going to be a 2-part series taking place on 2 Saturdays in May, and it's going to be following what happens when a faction of Anarchs and a faction of Camarilla clash over a coffin. So
Same thing always happens. The cam wins because they're supposed
Probably
to.
more fire.
Oh,
probably more
easy.
fire. We'll find out.
Easy.
Can you tell who plays the Ventru normally?
Yeah.
I'm very excited to watch this series. I'm going to be producing it, so I'm going to be.
It looks so
It's
good.
gonna be intense.
Excited for it.
I'm very excited for that. That'll be in May. And then also in May, on May 7th, we have a new continuing actual play series of Vampire the Masquerade 5th Edition Dark Ages being run by Rick Wheeler. That's going to be continuing his kind of riff on converting Dark Ages to 5th Edition. So stay tuned for that. We have a really great cast we're going to be announcing soon. This will take place separately from our Viking series, which I can say might be coming back soon with another episode.
Do it.
So make sure you check,
Yes.
but make sure you check out the Dark Ages series that Rick's going to be running. That's going to be on Fridays starting on May 7th. I'm very excited for that.
Get it.
I probably have more, but I cannot remember at this point in time. So if you want to see what else Gehenna Gaming has going on, make sure you follow us on Twitter, go to our website, join our Discord, which I'll drop a link to in a second, because we have a lot and it's fun.
And it's active. Come on, do it.
But I do want to say one last time, thank you to my cast. You were all fantastic. That was great. I had a blast running this game for you. I hope you had fun. And I hope that we will have all of you on for other games in the near future. So thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Don't go anywhere. We're going to raid someone fantastic here as well. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your Saturday evening.
Yay! Woo!
If not, set it on fire.
Yeah, and if you're not enjoying it,
Always
light your
fire.
Burn it!
just light your Saturday on fire. It's fine.
Burn!
Oh, wow.